Now at 4 a.m., arrests have been made in the deadly shooting of a rising Latin singer in Northridge. We spoke to her heartbroken mother about seeking justice.
2 National Guardsmen shot just blocks from the White House. I'm Nicole D'Antonio in Washington with what we know this morning and the response from the White House.
Good news for people living in Ventura. We have an update on the tainted tap water.
And a live look outside this morning. It is going to be a warm, sunny Thanksgiving. Shayla Girardin is in for Leslie Lopez. She'll be tracking the warm-up for us.
Now, Southern California's news leader, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
And good morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. It's 4 a.m. I'm John Gregory.
And I'm Rachel Brown. Let's get a first check of the forecast with Shayla Girardin in for Leslie Lopez.
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, really nice conditions coming our way today. It's going to be a warm one out there, a little bit cooler than what we had yesterday. LAX right now, dark and early, clear skies for you, coming in 60 degrees. It is a cool start to the day, though. Definitely have the layers handy. You'll want them this Thanksgiving, and then you can ditch them later this afternoon. Downtown Los Angeles, only seeing temperatures in the upper 50s, but a nice clear start to your morning. All right, temperatures on the cool side. This is why you want to layer up. Big Bear, you will need the coat. 25 degrees out there to start your turkey day. And then moving toward the coast, quite a range of temperatures. Upper 50s for you in Burbank, Pasadena this morning. 60s in Santa Monica, Redondo Beach, but Long Beach only coming in 48 degrees. All right, temperatures today. So it is going to be a little bit cooler than what we felt out there yesterday, but we're still above average. Low 70s along the coast. Los Angeles making it to the upper 70s today. It'll be a really nice one. And then Inland Empire, 79. So no one quite making it to the 80s. But notice this. We are talking about a lot more cloud cover in the mix for our Thanksgiving. So warm temperatures, cloudy skies, and then big cool down on the way as we head into the weekend. I'll break it all down in the full forecast. But for now, Rachel, I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Shayla, thank you. Let's take a look at traffic. We have an incident to tell you about in Long Beach. On the 91 eastbound at Cherry Avenue, the off-ramp is partially blocked because of a 2-car crash. Crews are in the process of moving both cars to the shoulder and clearing debris out of lanes. No delay at the moment.
Another attempt right here as they make a turn onto Garden Grove, and it looks like this is going to end right here. Passengers are getting out, the back seat, the driver is on the run now. That driver is going to be taken down first, and 2 others are on the run.
Yeah, Air 7 captured this wild end to a high-speed chase through the San Fernando Valley. It took CHP 2 pit maneuvers to get the car to finally stop. Then 3 people inside made a run for it, sprinting down Garden Grove Avenue in Tarzana. Officers chased them down and took them all into custody. They say they were trying to pull over the driver for speeding and running red lights.
New details in the murder of a rising young Latina singer in Northridge. Prosecutors have arrested 2 men and charged them in connection with the ambush shooting death of Maria de la Rosa. A 3rd suspect is still on the run. Eyewitness News reporter Abigail Velez spoke with the victim's heartbroken mother.
A bear with Maria's voice, a gift from a friend, now a mother's prized possession, and the only way she can hear her daughter say, "I love you."
Yeah, and somebody give me to with her boys, and I love it.
A major update in her daughter's murder. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office says 2 27-year-old men from the San Fernando Valley, Francisco Gaitan and Benny Licon Gomez, are now charged with murder with special circumstances and attempted robbery. LAPD says a 3rd suspect is still on the run and an arrest warrant has been issued.
It's taking people's life like nothing, like no reason.
Rising star 22-year-old Maria de la Rosa, known as De La Rosa, was killed early Saturday morning. LAPD says Maria and her friends were sitting in a parked car in Northridge when the suspects walked up and tried to rob them. As they tried to drive off, detectives say those suspects opened fire.
How like that? Like, that's God, why her? Why?
Maria's mother says she's also living with a new pain few can imagine, guilt.
She's like 22. You don't control your own kids. Like, mommy no go out, mommy stay home, but she has all the time she's outside.
A mother now holding on to her daughter's music, her memories, and a bear that says, anyone with information on that 3rd suspect that's still on the loose tonight is urged to contact the LAPD. Meanwhile, Maria's family says they plan to hold a public vigil in the near future to honor Maria's life and her music. Reporting in Northridge, Abigail Velez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Time is 4:04. We're now hearing from the chief of the LAPD about their investigation into the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The teen's decomposing body was found inside a Tesla belonging to the singer David in a tow yard back in September. Sources told Eyewitness News the singer is considered a suspect. Earlier this week, the LAPD initiated a court order to keep records about this case away from the public.
Bottom line is that, we had gotten a court order to seal the record until our folks can get the information necessary before the public or the media gets it. And that's just to be able to help ensure that the investigation's integrity is solid and that we're able to do the job that the public deserves to be done in this case.
The LA Times is reporting a Los Angeles County investigative grand jury heard evidence in the investigation earlier this month. That's a tool to gather information and possibly to build a case.
We are expecting to learn more details today about a shooting involving 2 National Guard members in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, everybody wants to know why this happened. ABC News' Nicole D'Antonio live in our nation's capital with the latest. Nicole.
Yeah, we've been following this all night, and authorities are now calling this a targeted attack, saying the suspect allegedly tracked the guardsmen before then opening fire. This morning, 2 National Guard members are in critical condition after they were shot while on duty just blocks from the White House. Authorities say the suspect, identified as 29-year-old Ramanula Lakanwal, allegedly tracked the guardsmen before opening fire. ABC photographer Chris Plater was nearby and heard the gunshots.
One National Guard was lying on his side. And then I looked at the other National Guard member that was down, and I saw compressions going on.
There was countless personnel around him, and they put him in a truck, and a minute later they were gone.
The gunshots erupting Wednesday afternoon near the Farragut West Metro Station, where the National Guardsman was on patrol.
The reason that this suspect is in custody is because of the bravery of the men and women of the National Guard who responded due to their extensive training to secure American lives today.
Some 2,000 members of the National Guard have been on deployment in Washington, D.C. under President Trump's crackdown on violent crime. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says he will follow the president's request to have the Army Secretary order an additional 500 troops into the nation's capital. Now, the FBI is investigating the shooting as a potential act of international terrorism, trying to determine if it was inspired by an international terror group. Sources say Lakanwal entered the U.S. in 2021 during the Biden administration. He was then granted asylum earlier this year under the Trump administration. CIA Director John Ratcliffe told Fox News that the suspect previously worked with the CIA and U.S. forces in Afghanistan. President Trump overnight called for the re-examination of all immigrants from Afghanistan admitted under the Trump administration, saying, quote, "We must take all necessary measures to ensure the removal of any alien from any country who does not belong here or add benefit to our country." And the Trump administration has now suspended all immigration requests relating to Afghan nationals, pending further review of security and also vetting protocols. John, Rachel.
Yeah, heartbreaking news, Nicole. Thanks for that report.
Ventura now says the gas detected in the tap water in Pierpont was a false positive.
Yeah, the city passed out free bottled water after warning hundreds of people not to use their taps for cooking, drinking, or even washing their hands Tuesday night. We heard from people scrambling to change their holiday plans. But now the city says further testing shows the water is safe.
It's the first full residential home that was rebuilt in Altadena. We're taking a look inside.
Plus, it's a Thanksgiving tradition across Southern California. Look at the turkey trots happening this morning.
And happy Thanksgiving from Westlake. I'm Madison Weil. We're live with one organization working overtime to make sure no senior goes hungry on Thanksgiving.
And good morning. If you're heading out the door this morning, maybe to one of those turkey trots, it's going to be a really nice one. Temperatures warming this afternoon. LA, Orange County, upper 70s, valleys, Inland Empire, just shy of the 80s today. You'll notice much cloudier conditions, though. So if you plan to have that Thanksgiving meal outside, maybe the beaches and mountains, temperatures still above average. A little more cloud cover in the mix, but overall going to be a really nice day before cooler conditions come on in this weekend. I'll break it all down in your full forecast.
The holidays have begun at the Disneyland Resort, and ABC7 wants you to enjoy the magic of the season. Watch Eyewitness News at 6 a.m. all this week for your chance to win a family 4-pack of one-day, one-park tickets. While many families get together today for Thanksgiving, there are some seniors who aren't able to leave their homes.
Yeah, and that's where Meals on Wheels comes in. Eyewitness News reporter Madison Wiles live with the volunteers getting the food ready. Madison.
Hey, John, Rachel, happy Thanksgiving. We're live this morning in Westlake with an amazing organization. As you just said, St. Vincent Meals on Wheels, they're getting ready with all of their kitchen equipment. This is going to be very busy in just an hour or so, but we're so lucky this morning to have Veronica with us, the executive director. First and foremost, tell us about the mission of your guys' organization.
Absolutely. So St. Vincent Meals on Wheels is about delivering food and love to homebound seniors across Los Angeles. We've been doing this mission for 47 years.
And like I said, in just about an hour, this is going to be busy with volunteers working to prepare these meals you guys are going to deliver. Such an amazing thing on this holiday. What goes into pulling something like that off?
So it's amazing. So we're going to do about 2,500 meals today. And so the preparation started way early, as you can imagine, just trying to source the turkeys. This year, it was turkeys and cranberry sauce. Those were the things that were difficult for us to get. And of course, the rising costs have affected us as well as everybody else, including, I'm sure, all your viewers who did all of their shopping as well. So earlier this week, we had volunteers, we had parents and children, we had our staff, everybody pulling in to do all the preparation that it's going to take to do 2,500 meals. And as you can see, we're getting started. Everyone is coming in. The cooks will get started. The smells are going to start in the kitchen soon. What's important for me, for viewers to know, is that we're there on this very important holiday for those people who are at home alone. And so most of us will go home later and have time to sit down with our family and friends, but we really are the connection. We are that Thanksgiving for these people we'll deliver to today.
Well, we've worked on a story before together. I've seen firsthand the response from these seniors when they receive a meal. And as we talked about, for many seniors, this is the only form of human interaction that they'll have. A knock at the door means a conversation they get to have. So on a day like today, extra important. Thank you so much. We're going to tell you guys more throughout the morning as the kitchens get busy here. But for now, we're live in Westlake. Madison Weil, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Madison, thanks. Before you stuff your face, there's that turkey again. Run the race. Several Thanksgiving turkey trots are happening this morning.
Yeah, the annual Los Angeles Trot starts in front of City Hall.
Yeah, there's a 5K, a 10K, and races for kids, also for dogs. Pacific Palisades is holding its first community-wide event since the January wildfires. That starts at 8:15 at Palisades Charter High School. And another trot's happening at the Rose Bowl, where thousands of people are expected to show up. That race starts at 8:30.
I always admire the people that can wake up early on a holiday or the next day and run a race.
And you can eat guilt-free, which is such a great feeling.
That's so true.
Something I haven't experienced in many years.
Same. Taking a look at traffic though now.
Oh, yeah, Hacienda Heights, sorry. 60 eastbound at 7th Avenue. The number 1 lane is blocked due to a solo car crash. Car hit debris. That was in lanes. And crews are in the process of getting this all cleared up. No delays right now, which is great to hear.
Let's talk about our Thanksgiving Day forecast with Shayla Girardin. Hey, Shayla.
Yes, good morning. It's going to be a really nice Thanksgiving, whether or not you're going to a turkey trot or, hey, maybe just hanging out and eating that meal outdoors. We do have a little more cloud cover in the mix today, but overall, really comfortable. Nice and cool to start the day. 58 degrees for you in Long Beach, and taking a live look in California Adventure. It is a cool start. If you're heading to Disneyland today, you will want the layers to start the morning, and you will not need them by this afternoon. 59 for you out in Anaheim this morning. All right, so temperatures today. We are going to be a little bit cooler than where we were yesterday, but still overall above average. So expect to feel some nice warm conditions. Maybe you want to have that Thanksgiving meal outside. If you have family in town, definitely plan to do so. It is just going to be a little bit more cloudy than what we had earlier in the week. And then a nice cooling trend takes us on into the weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Black Friday shoppers, keep in mind you'll want to have those layers tomorrow. A nice cooling trend takes us through Saturday and Sunday. So looking ahead to today, Thanksgiving, if you have plans to be out and about, maybe having that meal. If you're doing an early meal, definitely do it outside if you can. Upper 70s for you in San Bernardino. And look at this, even as we head into the evening hours, dinner, dessert in the mid 70s, even 60s by 6 p.m. Like we talked about, a lot more cloud cover though in the mix today, but overall really nice conditions for your Thanksgiving. And we have a nice gradual cooling trend that takes us through the weekend. All of that thanks to this high pressure. It has started to push east, but these really nice isobars you see right here that are so tightly packed together, that means we still have some Santa Ana winds, much calmer conditions though than what we had out there yesterday. No wind advisories in place. Just don't be surprised if you're out and about, feel a little bit of a breeze. That high pressure though, it continues to push on east, which means our temperatures are going to continue to cool. Mid-70s for your Friday, Black Friday shoppers, and then jumping ahead to the weekend, we kept talking about that chance for rain. That is no longer in the mix, but what we are going to see is temperatures really dip. Mid-60s for your Sunday, a trough of low pressure rolls in, but overall, if you have family in town this weekend, if you have plans to be outdoors, really comfortable conditions out there. Today, speaking of comfortable, 80 degrees for you in Riverside. Dana Point, you're coming in at 70. A little bit cooler in Long Beach, 79 out there for your Thanksgiving. Glendale, Pasadena, upper 70s for you today. Lancaster, Palmdale, just warming up to the 60s. 76 for you in Malibu, and Ventura, a nice 74 degrees. All right, LA, Orange County, just warming up to the 80s today. Then that cooling trend starts. So low 70s for your Friday. Black Friday shoppers, again, a very chilly start to the day, but it'll be a nice afternoon. And then quite a dip as we head into the weekend. You only warm to the 60s. Also, what we're going to see this weekend is more of that cloud cover returning. As that high pressure starts to build out, we'll have more of those morning marine layer clouds, afternoon sunshine, that pattern that we're so good at. Monday and Tuesday, temperatures continue to stick in those upper 60s for you, and it'll also be breezy. Gusts on Monday up to 30 miles per hour. All right, valleys, Inland Empire, 81 for your Thanksgiving, cooling in the mid-70s Friday, 60s return by your Sunday. Along the coast, if you were having Thanksgiving by the beach, definitely have the layers handy. It is cool out there this morning. 72 is your high, only warming to the 60s tomorrow with more morning clouds in the mix as you head into the weekend. Higher elevations, mountains, 60 degrees for your Turkey Day. It will be cloudy out there, partly sunny skies. Look at the temperature drop though, 50s for your Saturday, 40s on Sunday. No longer talking a chance for any of those snow showers, but it will be a little bit cooler as you head to your Sunday. And then finally our deserts, 64 degrees, sunny skies out there, bumping up to the 70s by your Friday. Palm Springs, 81, dropping to the 70s by this weekend. All right, before I let you go, here's a look at today's high temperatures brought to you by Zootopia 2, now in theaters.
Flash, 100-yard dash. Need to get across town, ignore the laws.
No problem.
Zootopia 2 is an absolute blast.
It is the vibe.
And just as fun as the original.
Pops and Wild, we are the dream team. Sorry, Paul.
It's a hilarious feel-good family adventure.
Toot toot.
An outstanding sequel that's well worth the wait. Disney Zootopia 2, rated PG, now playing only in theaters.
Welcome back. An Altadena couple celebrating a huge milestone this Thanksgiving week.
Kim and Jerry Simpson just got their home occupancy permit yesterday afternoon, marking the first full residential home rebuild in Altadena. The high school sweethearts lived in their house on Marengo Avenue for 35 years before the Eden fire burned it to the ground. Their goal was to rebuild it and make it close to the home they raised their kids in.
Just a lot of gratification, and also just to have it behind us, you know. Looking through the house, it's just very reminiscent of what we had, so it's just very rewarding.
To be in our house before a year after it's been burned down, I mean, you know, it's just right before Thanksgiving. It's pretty monumental.
The Simpsons are excited to spend Thanksgiving in their brand new home together.
Well, a day of giving is taking on a special meaning for a family in Altadena this Thanksgiving. Ken and Carol Wood and their two children lost a total of 3 homes in the Eaton fire. The San Gabriel Habitat for Humanity is helping them rebuild their first home and an ADU.
It seemed impossible that I would get here in the first place, and then it seemed impossible that overnight everything would be gone. And then it seemed impossible that I'd be back here again, maybe by next month, looking at those beautiful mountains again and watching these palm trees. Wow.
Just have an amazing view.
Yes, all of this within a year.
The project is part of LA County Board of Supervisors Chair Catherine Barger's annual Day of Giving.
It's Thanksgiving and several organizations are kicking off the holiday with food distributions. We have a list of some happening this morning.
Plus, remembering a fallen hero, how the Burbank Police Department is offering a way to honor its fallen canine, Spike.
And a group from Orange County is celebrating this Thanksgiving holiday in a unique way that goes back decades. I'm David Gonzalez, live in the studio with the pact of this amazing brotherhood.
And good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. If you're heading out the door this morning, maybe one of those turkey trots, temperatures start off cool, upper 50s for you in Anaheim. Have the layers handy. You will not need them this afternoon. Upper 70s for you. But look at this. A lot more cloud cover in the mix and then a big cool down as we head into the weekend. I'll break it all down in your full forecast.
Now, Southern California's news leader, ABC-7 Eyewitness News.
Now at 4:30, supporting Spike, how you can support the Burbank K-9 that was killed in the line of duty.
New video from overnight of that cargo ship at the port of LA that caught fire. The ship has now been docked back in San Pedro.
It's a brotherhood built over the years in Orange County. We're live with a Thanksgiving tradition among a group of friends. Good morning to you. Happy Thanksgiving. Time now 4:29. I'm Rachel Brown.
And I'm John Gregory. Just beautiful weather for Thanksgiving, it seems like, across Southern California. Shayla Gerardin is in for Leslie Lopez. Really looks good out there.
Yes, another beautiful day ahead. It is going to be a little bit cooler than what we had out there yesterday, and starting off on the cool side once again. So bundle up. It's going to feel nice and chilly as you step out the door. Downtown Los Angeles, 58 degrees for you, so nice, cool, clear conditions, but we are seeing a little bit more cloud cover out there than we had earlier in the week. Long Beach right now also seeing not very much in way of cloud cover, but temperatures definitely on the cool side. So you'll want the layers this morning, and then similar to yesterday, you can ditch them by this afternoon. Most of you waking up in the 50s this Thanksgiving. 53 out there in Santa Ana, Riverside, 51 for your Thursday. Lancaster, though, much cooler. You're at 37 out there. And Santa Monica already in the 60s at 65. All right, if you're heading out this morning this early, maybe for a turkey trot, temperatures starting off nice and cool in the 60s. But look at this afternoon. We are back in the 70s once again. The biggest difference you're going to notice, though, is the cloud cover. A little bit cloudier out there, but temperatures still on the warm side. Valleys, Inland Empire, making it to that 80-degree mark. We're still just a tad above average. Beaches, mountains, low 70s for you, 60s for the mountains, and then our high deserts also making it to the 60s today. All right, enjoy this while it lasts. We've got quite the cool down heading into the weekend. I'll break it all down in the full forecast, but for now, John, I'll send it to you.
All right, Shayla, thanks. We want to get a look at traffic conditions, and in Hacienda Heights, the 60 eastbound at 7th Avenue, the left lane is blocked, and this is because of a solo car crash. The car there's scattered debris in lanes, so keep that in mind if you're traveling in that direction. Crews are in the process of getting all this cleared up, and right now you can see there are no real delays to worry about.
We are expecting an update from investigators today after 2 National Guard members were shot blocks from the White House. They were rushed to the hospital in critical condition yesterday afternoon after what authorities suspect was a targeted attack. The suspect, identified as Ramanullah Lakanwal, was shot by other members of the National Guard and is considered in stable condition. Authorities say he's an Afghan national who came to the U.S. in 2021. Now President Trump is calling for a review of all Afghan refugees who came to the U.S. under the Biden administration. All immigration requests from Afghan nationals have also been put on hold pending further review.
Well, the Burbank community is continuing to mourn the loss of K-9 officer Spike, who was killed in the line of duty over the weekend. Police have now identified the man they say shot and killed Spike. 37-year-old Jose Domingo Ayala Alice from Palmdale was a passenger in a car they were trying to pull over on Saturday. BPD says he jumped out, hid in some trees near the 5 freeway on-ramp at Buena Vista Street. Officers sent in Spike, and the man then opened fire. Police eventually shot and killed Ayala Alice after they say he shot at them. They say he was a documented 18th Street gang member with prior arrests for weapons possession. Meantime, the Burbank Police Foundation is now offering a T-shirt and a plushie as a way to remember Spike. They say they've received an overwhelming amount of requests for the memorabilia, and some of the merchandise sold out within 24 hours. The memorial also continues to grow for the fallen K-9 outside the Burbank Police Station.
There have already been at least 3 deadly crashes on local freeways since CHP's Thanksgiving enforcement period started last night. During the entire 4-day period last year, 36 people died in crashes across California. 6 of them were not wearing their seatbelts. CHP also made more than 1,100 DUI arrests. More officers will be on patrol looking for drunk, distracted, and otherwise unsafe drivers through Sunday night. Meantime, we're taking a live look at LAX this morning. For now, things seem pretty calm, but the biggest challenge will come on Sunday, the busiest time of the holiday period, as 230,000 people are expected to pass through LAX.
Pleasantly surprising, you know, coming in here, coming to the traffic, getting inside of the airport and all. Yeah, it was great.
Speechless, to be perfectly honest, because we really thought we're going to get in and just straight through.
AAA says nationwide the number of travelers marks a new post-pandemic record.
Well, we have new details on that container ship that caught fire at the port of Los Angeles. A video shows it returning to the dock late last night. It was moved about a mile from shore after the fire started on Friday. The Coast Guard says the flames were contained by Tuesday morning, and they assessed the ship's stability to move it back to port where they can offload the cargo and waste safely. Even the water used to put out the fire needs to be removed and treated. Hazmat teams continue to monitor air and water quality around the ship.
Project Angel Food is kicking off Thanksgiving Day before sunrise, opening its Lincoln Heights kitchen just a couple of minutes ago.
Yes, celebrities and hundreds of volunteers will be preparing and delivering more than 3,000 turkey dinners to seriously ill clients across Los Angeles County. This year's effort is especially important, with many still recovering after SNAP benefits were delayed by the 43-day government shutdown.
The Midnight Mission is bringing hope and a hot Thanksgiving meal to nearly 2,000 people in Skid Row again today. From 10 this morning to 12:30, more than 200 volunteers and community leaders will serve a full holiday feast along with live music and services from local partners. And more than 250 veterans and local families will sit down to a free Thanksgiving meal today at the Novo at LA Live. The event is part of AEG's Season of Giving, with volunteers serving a full holiday dinner catered by Wolfgang Puck.
Well, some high school friends from Orange County are celebrating a very special anniversary this holiday. Decades ago, they made a pact to stay friends forever.
And the group gets together every Thanksgiving. Today, they're marking 50 years of friendship.
Yeah, Eyewitness News reporter David Gonzalez is live here in studio with more on this brotherhood. David.
Hey, good morning, guys. In those 50 years, this group of 18 guys has moved all over the country, gotten married, and even a couple of them served in the military. But their vow to get together every single Thanksgiving continues until the last man can cheers to them all.
Each year, we'll toast the friendships that we have shared until the last man.
And he shall toast alone.
The term lifelong friends is a statement this group of brothers takes to heart.
We were such good friends, we figured we cannot let this go.
While in high school in 1976, the group of guys, 18 deep, made a pact with each other to be friends until there was one last man standing.
The last guy has access to a bottle that was purchased in 1976. It's 1976 cognac. And that person will open that and toast all of his last man brothers and the unbelievable friendships and love we've had over the years.
We've all written letters to the last man. So the last man's going to open the last letter and toast alone.
Over the last 5 decades, the boys have grown into men. And every Thanksgiving, members of the Last Man Society reunite to celebrate brotherhood and life.
My wife will tell you that our Thanksgiving is planned around the Last Man celebration. So it's a priority in my year.
Our families are all friends, and getting everybody together is a challenge, but we accomplished it.
The festivities include team-building exercises and their annual Turkey Bowl game. 50 years later, the group is still intact.
You know, we're well aware that all of us are closer to the crypt than we are the cradle. So it's escaped nobody's, notice that, yeah, we're going to start falling off. But, thank God we're all still alive. And what better time to celebrate than at Thanksgiving?
They know it'll be time to say goodbye to each other at some point until one of them is crowned the last man.
That'll be a challenge. That'll be a huge challenge. These are my friends for life, and it's hard to think about that.
And the men of Last Man Society hope to inspire all of us to make promises with our friends to get together whenever possible, because they say one day we won't get that chance. Rachel?
Oh my gosh, what a great story, David. Thank you. I love that. Well, some special little patients are celebrating their very first Thanksgiving. Riverside Community Hospital sharing these photos of the babies in their NICU. The hospital is making sure they feel the love and highlighting the care and compassion of their NIC unit staff.
Oh, so cute. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, taking a live look from LAX this morning. If you have a last-minute flight from the airport, it is cool out there. Nice and chilly to start off your holiday. Definitely have the sweater, the jacket. Temperatures for you coming in 60 degrees. And a live look out of Glendale this morning. Clear skies for you, but we are seeing more in way of cloud cover to start off your holiday. Mid-50s, so it's definitely a morning to layer up. The jacket, the sweater. If you're in Big Bear, you will want a coat. You are coming in at 23 to start your turkey day. Ontario, 53 degrees for you this morning. Quite a range of temperatures as we head to the coast, from the 40s up to the 60s. Long Beach coming in 48 degrees, Seal Beach in the upper 50s, and then Redondo Beach, nice and cool to start off your morning at 60 degrees. Temperatures today, so we are going to be a little bit cooler than what we saw yesterday. We've started a really gradual cooling trend, but still above average. So if you have plans to have your meal outside, definitely do so. LA, Orange County, just breaking into the 80s, Valleys, Inland Empire, low 80s for you as well. The one difference from today, though, is it will be cloudier out there. So warm temperatures, cloudy skies, mountains making it to the 60s, our beaches in the low 70s, high deserts sticking to the 60s, and then low deserts the 80s. So truly something for everyone when it comes to these temperatures. We do have a cool down on the way, though, quite a change heading into the weekend. We'll break it all down in the full forecast. But for now, John, Rachel, I'll send it back to you guys.
Thanks, Shayla. The Campbell's Company responding to controversial comments they confirm were made by one of the company's executives.
Plus, discount dangers, what experts are saying you need to be aware of when it comes to Black Friday discounts.
And it's the opening weekend of the Winterfest in Costa Mesa, what you need to know about the annual event.
An early Black Friday deal announced exclusively on Good Morning America. Get the Disney Plus Hulu bundle with ads for just $4.99 per month for 1 year. That's a yearly savings of more than $95 compared to the regular monthly subscription price. This holiday season, bundle subscribers can enjoy movies like Marvel Studios, The Fantastic Four, First Steps, and exciting shows including High Potential. So how do you figure out if you're eligible for this deal? Head to disneyplus.com/DMA for all the details. Disney is the parent company of ABC7.
When SoCal weather changes,
that's a Santa Ana wind. They're going to be strong.
Turn to ABC7 first.
We have red flag warning conditions. This is a big storm.
Lightning strikes happening here.
Eyewitness News, Southern California's weather leader.
Here's a look at some of our top stories this morning. At least 55 people are dead, while 270 people remain missing following that massive fire in Hong Kong. The fire's still burning this morning after spreading through multiple high-rise apartment buildings.
Campbell says an executive has been fired after being caught on tape calling the soup company's products highly processed food for poor people. After a review of the recording, Campbell's believes the voice belongs to Martin Bally, a vice president. Campbell's also refuted the claim its soups are made with bioengineered meat.
Well, Wendy's is getting in on the 6-7 trend with a new deal. All day tomorrow, the fast food chain is offering a small-size Frosty for 67 cents in restaurants nationwide. The deal will continue to be available until December 7th, but only through mobile orders. You can always stay up to date on the ABC7 Los Angeles app.
When the balloons take flight today for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, there will be some familiar characters flying through New York City. Disney is bringing a brand new Buzz Lightyear balloon to the parade this year. Of course, Bluey will be there, and there's Minnie Mouse, who made her first appearance last year, and she's back. But it's not just the balloons in New York City. Be sure to catch Sam Champion live at the country's oldest Thanksgiving Day Parade in Philadelphia on Good Morning America. You can watch that parade on Hulu and ABC News Live beginning at 5:30 a.m.
Well, the holiday shopping season is already underway.
And stores are using tactics to get us to buy more than we mean to. ABC's Alex Stone explains.
Everywhere you look, deals, discounts, sales, it's hard to pass up a bargain.
Personally, this happens to me a lot at places like TJ Maxx or a thrift store.
But the advertised savings can end up tricking us to spend more.
This is not an accident.
Well, you may be saving money on items you've been eyeing for a while. Stores using marketing tactics drive us to buy things we never wanted in the first place.
There's a limited time deal, or there's limited amount of products, or a limited amount of people who can take advantage of a deal, for example, and brands will capitalize on this.
Those price cuts are not always a real markdown from the product's market value.
A month before Black Friday, they might jack up the prices more so that they can slash them and you feel like you're getting a great deal.
Online retailers offer free shipping, but only if you spend a certain amount of money.
If you weren't going to spend $5 on shipping, what's the point in spending another $30 to buy something else? You're not saving any money.
With high inflation, it's good to be mindful of these promotion strategies. If you're browsing the stores, remember to stick to your shopping list.
If you think about grocery shopping, you really should always come in with a list of things you want and don't come hungry. The same thing with Black Friday deals or any kind of shopping. Know what you want, or at least know what your budget is and how much you're willing to spend.
And before adding to your cart, take a moment and ask yourself, would I buy this without the discount?
Do I genuinely want this, or is this just a marketing ploy that's working on me?
This mindset can help you now and when you're shopping all year round. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Yeah, it seems like Black Friday started weeks ago.
Yeah, right.
The Citadel Outlets in Commerce are inviting you to spend the night shopping. Doors open at 8, with many retailers staying open for 27 straight hours. The shopping center will have hourly snow shows and holiday decorations and the world's tallest Christmas tree. And we plan to be there live tomorrow starting at 4 a.m.
It may be Thanksgiving, but one bar in West Hollywood is ready for Christmas. And why wouldn't they be? Because their holiday cheer has Mariah Carey's approval.
This one's official. She's not letting us do things she doesn't approve, and her team has ideas. Her team says, what if you name the cocktail this, right? And so there's that authenticity to it, and it is co-signed by her.
And paying tribute to her, you talked about this wall, the award wall, my gosh.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
Our Tony Cabrera is going to take a peek inside the Sky Bar for Tony in Your Town coming up at 6:30.
Well, Winterfest OC is kicking off the holiday season by giving back.
The festival will donate half of all Winterfest Give Back Snow Pass tickets sold this opening weekend to South County Food Pantry. Tickets cost around $25, with ice skating and carnival rides offered for an additional cost. We plan to be there tomorrow to show you around.
Just perfect weather shaping up for our holiday. Leslie Lopez is off and Shayla Girardin is in watching it all for us.
Yes, good morning and a really beautiful Thanksgiving. We're starting off nice and cool, so definitely feeling festive out there. Right now, taking a live look from Irvine, you can see the tree all lit up. Temperatures are chilly to start the day. It'll warm up this afternoon, but definitely you're going to want the layers out there. Santa Monica, cool and cloudy. We're also seeing a lot more of that morning cloud cover, 65 degrees for you as you head out the door. All right, temperatures this afternoon. It's hard to believe because we're still above average, but we've actually started a really nice cooling trend. So if you have plans to be out and about today, maybe having that meal outside, definitely do so. It's going to be nice out there. We have some Santa Ana winds still in the mix, really light though. All those advisories have expired, but don't be surprised. It'll be a little bit breezy, and it'll also be a lot cloudier than what we had earlier in the week. More cloud cover out there for your afternoon, and then temperatures continuing to cool as we head into the weekend. Cooler conditions, nice overall. I mean, if you have family in town through the weekend, definitely plan to be outdoors because it's going to be beautiful out there. For your Thanksgiving, temperatures start off on the cool side. We are in the 50s, have the layers, the jacket. You can ditch them by this afternoon. Noon will be in the 70s already, and then temperatures this afternoon hanging out in the upper 70s, low 80s for most of you. Now, around 4 p.m., maybe you're having an early Thanksgiving dinner. Temperatures in the mid-70s. Like I mentioned, if you're planning that meal outside, it's a great day to do so. Even if you're heading out for dessert, maybe temperatures will still be in the 60s. So a really nice day ahead. It's hard to beat this. We still have high pressure in the mix, but it has started to push east. These tightly packed pressure gradients here are why we still have some really light Santa Ana winds. But since that high has started to shift, it's going to be really mild. Just a little bit of a breeze for your holiday. High pressure continues to move out, letting cloud cover roll on in, and then our temperatures continuing to cool. So Friday, only making it to the mid-70s for your Black Friday. Black Friday shoppers, definitely bundle up. It'll be a cool start to the day. Saturday coming in at 70 degrees. Now Sunday, we've been tracking a chance for some rain. All of the models in agreement now. We are not going to see those showers, but what we will see are some cooler temperatures coming in mid-60s there for your Sunday. All right, temperatures today, no 60s in the mix for your Thanksgiving. Los Angeles coming in 80 degrees. A really beautiful day for you ahead. Long Beach, upper 70s. Huntington Beach coming in the low 70s for you. I mean, really just a picture-perfect forecast. Oxnard, you're at 76. Malibu, Thousand Oaks, Simi Valley, all coming in those mid-70s as well. So LA, Orange County, 80 degrees today for your Thanksgiving, dipping to the 70s for your Friday, upper 60s for Saturday. still holding on to those mid-60s as you head into Sunday. Temperatures will bump up just a tad as you head into next week, Monday, Tuesday, but overall, really comfortable pattern, feeling like fall as we head into the next 7 days. All right, valleys, Inland Empire, low 80s for you today. A warm Thanksgiving ahead. 70s return by your Friday with a dip to the 60s on Sunday. All right, by the coast, if you're having Thanksgiving at the beach, it is going to be a beautiful one. Low 70s for your Thursday, cooling down to the 60s for your Friday, and then rounding out the week in the 60s for you. All right, mountains, we were talking about that chance for snow. It is not going to happen, but you will see quite a dip in your temperatures. 60 degrees for your Thanksgiving, overnight lows dipping to the 30s. You only warm to the 50s on Saturday, 40s on Sunday, and then rounding out the week as we head into next week, holding on to those 40s. Our deserts, it'll be a nice mild Thanksgiving for you. Mid-60s out there today. You do bump up briefly to the 70s. It doesn't last long, returning to the 60s by Saturday. And Palm Springs, 81 out there for your Turkey Day, coming in 70s as you head into the weekend. All right, John, with that, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Shayla, thanks. Traffic, an issue even on a holiday. Let's take a look in Westminster, the 405 southbound at Bolsa Chica Road. The right shoulder is blocked. This is involving a car and a big rig, and a tow truck has been requested. You can see, though, it's green on the screen, so no real problems so far.
Thanksgiving isn't just for humans. The feast came early at the DeVore Animal Shelter in San Bernardino. These pets waiting for forever homes got to enjoy turkey-flavored food, pumpkin puree, and more holiday treats. This Paws-Giving celebration was hosted by San Bernardino County Animal Care and the Animals Are First Fund.
Well, all it takes is one toy to make a child's holiday brighter, and you can help make that happen.
Join ABC7 for our 33rd annual Spark of Love Toy Drive.
Yeah, you can drop off new unwrapped toys and sports gear at any Southern California fire station or your local Subaru dealer, or scan the QR code on the screen to make a donation right now. You can also text SPARK to 24365 to give a new toy.
If you'd like to mail a check, make it payable to the Los Angeles Fire Foundation and send it to 1700 Stadium Way, number 100, Los Angeles, California, 90012. One toy brings joy. Join ABC7 and help spread that joy.
You need help.
You got 7 on your side.
When you have a problem you can't solve on your own.
You've got 7 on your side.
When you need results.
You've got 7 on your side.
Use the power of Eyewitness News. Share your story now with ABC7.
Welcome back. A popcorn pass. AMC has a new deal for Stub members.
The movie chain is launching a new program where its AMC Stub members will be able to get a large popcorn at half price every day of the week. The AMC Popcorn Pass costs a one-time annual fee of about $30. The program kicks off on December 1st and will run through December 31st of 2026. The perk is in addition to the free popcorn refill benefit AMC Stubs members already enjoy. However, this pass can only be used for in-theater purchases, and the pass holder must show their ID.
The Powerball jackpot is moving up again. It jumped to $685 million after nobody won last night. The cash value is about $315 million, with odds of hitting the jackpot at 1 in 292 million. The next drawing will happen Saturday night.
All new at 5 a.m., what if you turned your holiday travel delay into a date?
I was very late to the airport, which is not a dating strategy that I recommend, but it worked for me.
Yeah, one local woman says she met her husband at the airport 12 years ago. And expert matchmakers say there's a good chance you can too.
All right, good morning. Maybe you're heading out to a turkey trot this morning. Definitely make sure you're bundling up. It's a cool start to the day. Anaheim starting off in the 50s, 70s by noon, but warming up just in time for dinner. We'll break down your full forecast, plus the cool down that's coming this weekend. That's all coming up after the break.
Now, Southern California's news leader, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
3, 2, 1.
Now at 5 a.m., a triumphant turkey trot as thousands prepare to race across Southern California this morning. One coastal city is hosting its first special event since the January wildfires.
And happy Thanksgiving from Westlake. This morning we're live inside one organization working overtime to make sure no senior goes hungry on the holiday.
And a good Thursday morning to you and happy Thanksgiving. Time now 5 a.m. I'm Rachel Brown with John Gregory. Tony's off today.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving again and great weather for the holiday. Great for a turkey trot, Shayla.
Yes, if you're headed to a turkey trot, if you want to have that Thanksgiving meal outside, you really can't go wrong. It's going to be a beautiful day out there. We are starting off cool, so if you have plans to do a turkey trot this morning, definitely bundle up. You'll want the layers. Long Beach coming in 56 degrees, so think long sleeves, have a light sweater, and then you can ditch it as you head into this afternoon. Temperatures for most of us as we start off in the morning are in the 50s. 54 out there in Burbank, Riverside. Santa Monica, though, already in the 60s out there this morning. Happy Thanksgiving. 63 for you. And Lancaster, it's a lot chillier. 36 for you. You will want the jacket, the coat to start off your morning. All right, temperatures this afternoon. So we are a little bit cooler than where we were yesterday, but still above average. So LA, Orange County, making it to the 70s. Valleys, Inland Empire, 80s for you. You'll notice, though, today is going to be a lot cloudier than what we had earlier in the week. Beaches in the 70s, mountains just making it to the 60s, and high deserts 66 for you. Calm conditions, cloudy out there, but we do have quite the cool down heading into the weekend. So enjoy these warm temperatures while they last. I'll break it all down in the full forecast. For now, John and Rachel, I'll send it back your way.
Okay, Shayla, thanks. Well, we're expecting to learn more details today about a shooting involving 2 National Guard members in Washington, D.C.
And everyone wants to know why this happened. ABC News' Nicole D'Antonio is live in our nation's capital with the latest. Nicole.
Yeah, John, Rachel, that is the big question, why this happened. This morning, we know authorities are calling this a targeted attack, saying the suspect allegedly tracked the guardsman before then opening fire. This morning, 2 National Guard members are in critical condition after they were shot while on duty just blocks from the White House. Authorities say the suspect, identified as 29-year-old Ramanula Lockenwall, allegedly tracked the guardsman before opening fire. ABC photographer Chris Plater was nearby and heard the gunshots.
One National Guard was lying on his side. Then I looked at the other National Guard member that was down, and I saw compressions going on.
There was countless personnel around him, and they put him in a truck, and a minute later they were gone.
The gunshots erupting Wednesday afternoon near the Farragut West Metro Station, where the National Guardsman was on patrol.
The reason that this suspect is in custody is because of the bravery of the men and women of the National Guard who responded due to their extensive training to secure American lives today.
Some 2,000 members of the National Guard have been on deployment in Washington, D.C. under President Trump's crackdown on violent crime. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says he will follow the president's request to have the Army Secretary order an additional 500 troops into the nation's capital. Now, the FBI is investigating the shooting as a potential act of international terrorism, trying to determine if it was inspired by an international terror group. Sources say Lockenwall entered the U.S. in 2021 during the Biden administration. He was then granted asylum earlier this year under the Trump administration. CIA Director John Ratcliffe told Fox News that the suspect previously worked with the CIA and U.S. forces in Afghanistan. President Trump overnight called for the re-examination of all immigrants from Afghanistan admitted under the Trump administration, saying, quote, "We must take all necessary measures to ensure the removal of any alien from any country who does not belong here or add benefit to our country." And the Trump administration has now suspended all immigration requests relating to Afghan nationals, pending further review of security and vetting protocols. John, Rachel.
Nicole, thank you. A wild chase through the San Fernando Valley, and Air 7 was overhead when it came to an end.
Another attempt right here as they make a turn onto Garden Grove, and it looks like this is going to end right here. Passengers are getting out, the back seat, the driver is on the run now. That driver is going to be taken down first, and 2 others are on the run.
It took CHP 2 pit maneuvers to get that car to stop. The 3 people inside made a run for it, sprinting down Garden Grove Avenue in Tarzana. Officers chased them down and took them all into custody. They say they were trying to pull over the driver for speeding and running red lights.
Well, 3 men have been charged in the murder of rising Latina singer De La Rosa. Francisco Gaitan and Benny Licon Gomez have been arrested. Eduardo Lopez is still on the run. Prosecutors say the suspect shot at Maria De La Rosa and her friends Saturday during an attempted robbery. De La Rosa was killed and her friends were critically injured.
A Los Angeles County grand jury is now hearing evidence related to the case of the teenage girl who was found dead in a singer's car.
This is according to an article published by the LA Times. Police say Celeste Rivas Hernandez's body was decomposing in David's Tesla. Sources have told Eyewitness News he is considered a suspect. The Times reports this investigative grand jury was convened earlier this month. These panels can subpoena witnesses, present evidence, and recommend charges, but they cannot indict anyone. Last week, the LAPD initiated a court order to keep all of the records in the case sealed until further notice.
You know, like any of these major cases with a lot of public interest, there's all sorts of stories out there. And in the absence of solid formal statements, people put things together that are not accurate. There were talk about the body being frozen and other issues that were not accurate at all. So we're not sure where they came from.
LAPD Chief Jim McDonald says the case will remain a death investigation unless the medical examiner determines otherwise.
An Altadena couple celebrating a huge milestone this Thanksgiving week. Kim and Jerry Simpson just got their home occupancy permit, marking the first full residential home rebuild in Altadena. The high school sweethearts lived in their house on Marengo Avenue for 35 years before the Eaton fire burned it to the ground. Their goal was to rebuild it and make it close to the home they raised their kids in.
It's just amazing to be in our house before a year after it's been burned down. I mean, you know, it's just right before Thanksgiving. It's pretty monumental.
It means more to see so many more houses that are going up all at the same time.
The Simpsons are excited to spend Thanksgiving in their home together.
While many families get together today for Thanksgiving, there are some seniors who aren't able to leave their homes.
And that's where Meals on Wheels can come in. Eyewitness News reporter Madison Weil is live with the volunteers getting that food ready. Hi, Madison.
Hey, John, Rachel, good morning from the Westlake Kitchen for St. Vincent Meals on Wheels. There's a full-blown operation here. We have stuffing, turkey, all the makings of a great Thanksgiving dinner, and they're planning to make and assemble about between 2,500 and 3,000 meals that are going to go out to seniors in the community today. So we're joined by Sandy. She's in charge of this kitchen operation. What all goes into pulling something like this off today?
An army, staff, and volunteers. We're very blessed that we have an amazing staff, and we're blessed that we have volunteers that come and help us out. We start production from a week in advance and get it going for today.
We were just talking about, you know, it takes a lot to pull off a Thanksgiving meal at home for one family or for an extended family, but to pull this off for potentially 3,000 different seniors, that's 3,000 different deliveries. What's every senior going to receive today?
They are going to receive your traditional turkey meal, which is your turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, green beans, your pumpkin pie, or they get a roll as well. We want them today to get a hearty meal.
And you know, we've been with seniors on the receiving end of this. I've seen the reaction. For many of them, this is the only human interaction that they'll have. They don't have loved ones to spend Thanksgiving with. So when you guys knock at the door and drop off a meal, it really is an amazing, heartwarming moment. What is the most rewarding part of this job for you?
It's a blessing. We get to make people happy. They're, like you said, when we get there, we're probably only people they see today. So to them, they're excited to see us and to receive a hot, warm meal of all days.
Well, thank you so much for the work that you do. We're going to be here throughout the morning as they continue to cook and pack and get these meals ready for delivery. But for now, we're live in Westlake. Madison Weil, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Madison, great story. Thanks so much.
Good morning. So sweet. You saw Madison had the jacket out there just a moment ago. She's got the right idea. It is a cool start to the day. If you are heading out dark and early, maybe for a turkey trot or a last-minute flight at LAX, definitely have the layers to start off your Thanksgiving. 60 degrees. We're also seeing a lot more in terms of cloud cover out there this morning. Burbank right now, dark and early to start the day, but temperatures on the cool side, 54. You're not seeing much in way of clouds, but other spots certainly are. 40 degrees for you this Thanksgiving in Victorville. Palmdale coming in the 30s, 37 out there. Woodland Hills, Los Angeles, both in the 50s to start off your Thursday. Santa Monica, 63 degrees, and Redondo Beach just coming in 60s. But notice Huntington, Long Beach, you were both in the 40s out there to start the morning. Definitely have the layers handy, and then you can ditch them this afternoon. LA, Orange County making it to the low 80s. Valleys, Inland Empire, low 80s for you as well. You'll notice we are talking about a lot more cloud cover out there for your Thanksgiving. So temperatures will still be warm, but you're going to see some cloud cover. Mountains, high deserts in the 60s. Great example of our microclimates. Beaches in the 70s, and then low deserts just bumping up to the 80s. We do have quite the cool down heading into the weekend, and then we are still talking about some Santa Ana winds. I'll break it all down in the full forecast, but for now, John, Rachel, I'll send it back your way.
Okay, Shayla, thanks. We want to talk about traffic in San Bernardino, the 259 southbound at Highland Avenue. The slow lane blocked due to a stalled car there. I think it's a 215. Oh, no, it is a 259, excuse me. A tow truck has been requested. Right now, there are no delays at the moment.
You can now play video games on your shoe, yeah. The retro Nikes that double as a gaming console.
You better get out of here. It's almost Thanksgiving. Take a walk, cuz.
But first, a turkey strolls into Staten Island and gets a taste of New York street attitude.
Before you stuff your face, run the race. Several Thanksgiving turkey trots are happening this morning. The annual Los Angeles Trot starts in front of City Hall. There's a 5K, 10K, and races for kids, even dogs. Pacific Palisades is holding its first community-wide event since the January wildfires. It starts at 8:15 at Palisades Charter High School. And another trot is happening at the Rose Bowl, where thousands of people are expected to attend. That race starts at 8:30.
Now I feel really lazy.
I know.
Watching all those people.
Maybe we can go for a
exercising.
walk
Yeah.
later.
Today's not a great day to be a turkey, obviously.
No, it isn't. Some wild birds hanging around a Staten Island neighborhood needed a reminder.
You better get out of here. It's almost Thanksgiving. Take a walk, cuz. Tell your boys, too, right here. You guys are going to get clipped. You're going to get clipped.
No accent better. One New Yorker took it upon himself to warn the turkeys to get out of town before people started looking for their Thanksgiving meal. This was back in October. Hopefully they listened and aren't going to end up on someone's dinner table.
Yeah, you've got to take those threats seriously with an accent like that.
I know.
You better get out of town, turkey.
Get out of here.
Yeah, you're going to end up on a dinner table.
So good.
John, I think
So
your
good.
accent was great.
Yeah, it was
I
great.
think you were spot
Well,
on.
I grew up on Long Island. That's probably why.
Those are your peeps.
Yeah.
You got it going on.
Staten Island, Long Island, same thing.
Same difference. All right, guys. Well, the good news, I mean, is we have a really nice Thanksgiving forecast ahead, but it is starting off on the cool side. So if you're heading to one of those turkey trots this morning, layer up. Have the jacket, the sweater, the long sleeves. It is cool out there. Santa Monica right now coming in 63 degrees. Hollywood, you can tell from the sky cam, we've got a little bit of wind out there. The palm tree just shaking in the wind this Thanksgiving. So still some really light Santa Anas in the mix. We don't have any advisories in place, but keep in mind it will be a bit breezy out there. 50 degrees for you in Hollywood. And then Irvine looking very festive for the holiday. You can see the flag blowing in the wind there. Temperatures nice and cool. You'll also notice we are talking about a lot of cloud cover to start off your Thanksgiving. 55 degrees for you in Van Nuys, Burbank in the 50s as well. It's a little bit chillier out in Covina. You're coming in at 43 this morning, and Fullerton 51 to start out the day. All right, temperatures. It's hard to believe because it is going to be a warm one out there, but we're actually cooler than where we were yesterday. Still, though, slightly above average. Conditions overall warm. The biggest difference from yesterday is, of course, the temperatures are going to be a bit cooler, but it's also going to be a lot cloudier out there, too. That cooling trend, it takes us right into the weekend. So we'll gradually continue to cool. Conditions will be really nice. If you have family in town for the holiday, it is going to be a great weekend to get out and and about. But Black Friday shoppers, keep in mind, it will start chilly once again for our Black Friday, so make sure you bundle up, have those layers handy. And then we continued right into that pattern of morning clouds, afternoon sunshine through the weekend. Not today, though. All right, San Bernardino, it is going to be a warm one, so start off nice and bundled if you're heading to one of those turkey trots. Look at this, though. By noon, you are in the 70s, so even though we have more of that cloud cover, temperature is going to be nice and warm. You can ditch the layers. If you have plans to maybe have the Thanksgiving meal outside or even dessert outside, definitely do so. 70s at 4 p.m. and even at 6 p.m. dinner time, temperatures still in the 60s, so a really nice day for you. That high pressure that was sitting over Southern California, keeping us so warm, it has started to push east, but not by much, so temperatures still slightly above average there. We continue to see that high pressure move right on out, though, so it means our temperatures will cool. 74 for your Friday. Look at this, Saturday only coming in 70 degrees, even more of that cloud cover. And by Sunday, we were talking about a really light chance for rain. Models in agreement, we are not going to see any showers, staying dry, but what we will see are temperatures really dipping, coming in at 66 for your Sunday. All right, no 60s for us out there today, though. 79 in Covina, Ontario coming in upper 70s as well. 76 out in Malibu, and then Oxnard, mid-70s for your Thursday. All right, LA, Orange County, Thanksgiving. I mean, it's hard to beat 80 degrees for the holiday. Cooling a tad as we head into your Friday. Here's those low 70s and then 60s taking us right through the weekend and into early next week. We do have a bit of a bump in temperatures Monday, Tuesday, but overall, really nice mild pattern taking us into the work week. Valleys, Inland Empire, 81 for your holiday, coming in mid-70s for Black Friday. If you are celebrating Thanksgiving by the coast, this is a hard forecast to beat. Low 70s out there. You will see cloudy skies this afternoon, but overall really nice temperatures. 60s returning for your Friday and then taking us right through the weekend. All right, our mountains, 60 degrees out there, partly sunny skies. You cool to the 50s by Saturday, and then the cool down we've been talking about, 40s for your Sunday with overnight lows only making it to the 20s. Finally, our desert, 64, sunny skies. You'll see some high clouds, but overall really mild conditions. Coming in 70s for your Friday. Palm Springs, 81 out there for your Turkey Day. All right, John, Rachel, with that, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Shayla. Traffic's pretty light today, but there are some problems in Carson. The 405 northbound at Carson Street, the right shoulder's blocked because of a two-car crash. Both of those cars are off to the side in the bushes. Crews are in the process of clearing the vehicles out. And good news, no delays right now. Taking a look at our flyover over downtown Los Angeles, traffic here is moving along smoothly, and we'll have another look at traffic in about 10 minutes.
A Nintendo gaming console in your shoe, and Apple makes history with a new worldwide title. Here's ABC's Lionel Moise.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple is set to overtake Samsung as the top seller of smartphones. iPhone shipments this year are expected to top Samsung's for the first time in 14 years. Analysts say the increase is largely due to users replacing phones they bought during the COVID boom. An upcoming Apple TV series called The Hunt has been pulled after allegations of plagiarism. The French thriller has been accused of stealing a story from a 1976 action film. The production company now saying it is reviewing those accusations and takes intellectual property issues seriously. Finally, here's what you get when you combine a pair of Nike Air Max 90s with a Super Nintendo Entertainment System. A tiny computer and battery in the tongue, plus some cables, allow it to play classic games, including Super Mario World. It was created to mark the console's 35th anniversary. That is so cool. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Lionel Moise. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but don't step in any puddles. I don't know if it's waterproof.
That'll screw the whole thing up.
Yeah. Make the most of your next trip to the airport and meet the love of your life, maybe.
All new at 5:30, tips from an expert matchmaker on how to make your next flight the perfect meet cute.
La 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 la. I'm the Grinch. I'm the Grinch. I'm the Grinch.
And get into the holiday spirit with the new podcast, or don't. The host behind Tis the Grinch explains how he channels the iconic character.
And we have birthdays to share with you, too, on this Thanksgiving Day. Amanda Bolton has a birthday, Chelsea Hartley, and Damon Bright.
Also, happy birthday to you, Judith, Dylan Powell, and Liza Rosario. Happy birthday. You could say that Netflix was turned upside down by the premiere of Stranger Things Season 5.
Yeah, the streaming service briefly crashed when the first 4 episodes of the show's final season dropped yesterday. Sydney, Australia, engulfed by a haunting red glow to mark the show's return. A red projection lit up the night sky to give people the impression they were entering a new dimension.
Singer Olivia Dean just scored a huge win against Ticketmaster. It comes after publicly criticizing them and Live Nation for allowing resale prices for her tour to climb far beyond face value. In response, Ticketmaster is capping all future ticket resale prices for her tour and refunding fans for any markup they already paid to resellers. They need to do that for every concert.
Yeah, because the prices are really crazy.
Yeah.
It's Thanksgiving, and we've got to get into the holiday spirit fast.
Yeah, if you need some cheer, maybe a podcast can help.
It's season 3 of Tis the Grinch Holiday Podcast, starring me, the Green OG, yeah boy, the Grinch.
Yeah, comedian James Austin Johnson is reprising his role as the Grinch as a podcaster. The podcast is a late-night talk show vibe geared toward kids and families. Johnson says it's important to get the spirit of the Grinch and the voice just right.
There's a little bit of a lisp. There's something going on with the S's that I have to find as well. So, you know, the more time that I take, that I spend in it, the closer I get to what the personality is of the Grinch.
Once I get it rolling, you know, I stay in it pretty well, and we can do a few hours of recording.
Yeah, he's good. This season features guests like Rob Gronkowski and the Jonas Brothers.
I wonder if he slips into character by accident sometimes.
I was just thinking that.
Which would be interesting.
That would be.
All new this morning, a story of brotherhood and lifelong friendship.
A local Thanksgiving tradition, 50 years in the making and still growing strong.
And we're taking a live look into New York, just minutes ahead of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Thank you for starting your holiday with all of us here at Eyewitness News.
Now, Southern California's news leader, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
All new at 5:30, the Pope spreads messages of peace and unity during his first ever foreign trip.
And new this morning, a group of high school friends made a promise to be friends forever, and decades later, it's become a Thanksgiving tradition. I'm David Gonzalez, live in the studio with the pact of this amazing brotherhood.
And good morning, everybody. It is 5:30. I'm John Gregory with Rachel Brown. Tony's off today.
Shayla Girardin in for Leslie Lopez, tracking a beautiful Thanksgiving Day. Hi, Shayla.
Good morning. Yes, it is going to be a really nice one out there. We are starting off on the cool side, though, so if you're heading maybe to an early morning turkey trot, have the layers, the jacket, the sweater, and then you can ditch them by this afternoon. Burbank right now coming in 54 degrees, clear skies for you, but we are seeing quite a bit when it comes to that cloud cover this Thanksgiving. Lancaster, Palmdale, 30s for you to start the morning. Big Bear coming in 23 degrees. You'll want the coat this turkey day. 43 for you out in Covina. And then moving toward the coast, we're seeing quite a range in temperatures. Upper 40s for Long Beach, Huntington Beach, Seal Beach in the 50s, and Redondo Beach just in the 60s at 60 degrees. All right, temperatures this afternoon. We are going to be a little bit cooler than what we had out there yesterday, but still above average across the board. What you will notice is we are a lot cloudier than what we had out there. Upper 70s for LA, Orange County, Valleys, Inland Empire, just breaking into the 80s. Beaches, low 70s for your Thanksgiving. Mountains staying nice and cool, 60 degrees, and high deserts making it to the mid 60s. Enjoy this. We have much cooler conditions on the way as we head into the weekend, and then some Santa Ana winds still in the mix. I'll break it all down in the full forecast, but for now, John, Rachel, I'll send it back your way.
All right, Shayla, thanks. Happening now, live pictures from the site of that devastating apartment fire in Hong Kong. Dozens are now confirmed dead, and hundreds more are still missing.
And this morning, that fire is still smoldering in some places. We're also learning about some arrests made.
Yeah, ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the latest for us.
Good morning. At least 55 people were killed in this fire, but that number could rise dramatically because more than 270 were still unaccounted for overnight. That fire still smoldering 24 hours later. Now, to give you some perspective, more than 4,800 people lived in this apartment complex, many of them elderly. The flames quickly spread between 7 different apartment buildings, spreading quickly across the bamboo scaffolding and the green construction netting that covers those buildings. The cause of this fire remains unknown, but officials say it started on the scaffolding. Residents say it was common to find cigarette butts near the windows left behind by some of those construction workers. 3 men have already been arrested, including 2 directors of a construction company. Hong Kong is one of the last places in the world where bamboo is still widely used for construction. Crews are now trying to access more of the buildings, searching for those who are still missing. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Well, you're looking at video of a fiery hit-and-run crash in Reseda. It happened at Tampa Avenue and Sherman Way around 10:15 last night. 3 cars collided. One of them burst into flames. Police say the driver of the burning vehicle ran away, leaving behind 2 intoxicated passengers.
I just heard like a big bang. I came running out and like it's a car like in flames. I went close, but like it was like started like blowing up, and I went back.
The LAPD is now looking at nearby cameras to try and track down the missing driver and determine whether DUI played a role.
A woman is in custody in connection to that disturbing case of animal abuse caught on camera in Anaheim. Tyler Thompson was arrested and charged with felony animal cruelty. Surveillance video from earlier this month shows a dog in a plastic bag being thrown over a fence at University Veterinary Center. Staff there say the dog was seriously injured, malnourished, and covered in fleas.
The Burbank community continuing to mourn the loss of a canine officer, Spike, who was killed in the line of duty over the weekend. And police have now identified the man they say shot and killed Spike. 37-year-old Jose Domingo Ayala Alas from Palmdale was a passenger in a car they were trying to pull over on Saturday. BPD says he jumped out and hid in some trees near the 5 freeway on an on-ramp at Buena Vista Street. Officers sent in Spike, and then the man opened fire. Police eventually shot and killed Ayala Alas after they say he shot at them. They say he was a documented 18th Street gang member with prior arrests for possessing weapons.
There have been already at least 3 deadly crashes on local freeways since CHP's Thanksgiving enforcement period started last night.
And during the entire 4-day period last year, 36 people died in crashes across California. 6 of them were not wearing their seatbelts. CHP also made more than 1,100 DUI arrests. More officers will be on patrol looking for drunk, distracted, and otherwise unsafe drivers through Sunday night. Meantime, several people felt the traffic last night as they were heading, to their destinations.
Well, I was going to go visit some family up north, but looking at the traffic, I might just stay until tomorrow. Yeah, it looks pretty bad right now. I don't think I'm going to go anywhere with this traffic at all. Yeah.
AAA says nationwide the number of travelers marks a new post-pandemic record.
Project Angel Food is kicking off Thanksgiving before sunrise, opening its Lincoln Heights kitchen just about an hour ago. Celebrities and hundreds of volunteers will prepare and deliver more than 3,000 turkey dinners to seriously ill clients across Los Angeles County.
And the Midnight Mission is bringing hope and a hot Thanksgiving meal to nearly 2,000 people in Skid Row again today. From 10 to 12:30, more than 200 volunteers and community leaders will serve a full holiday feast, along with live music and services from local partners.
Well, some high school friends from Orange County are celebrating a big anniversary this Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this is a great story. They're marking 50 years of friendship, and they have a unique pact.
Yeah, they sure do. Eyewitness News reporter David Gonzalez joining us in studio to explain. This is a great story.
Good morning, guys. Simply amazing. I don't know about you guys, but I have a hard time just scheduling lunch with my friends.
Yeah, right.
So this is extra cool. In those 50 years, this group of 18 guys has moved all over the country. Some have gotten married, and a couple even joined the military. But their vow to get together every single Thanksgiving continues until the last man can cheers to them all.
Each year we'll toast the friendships that we have shared until the last man.
And he shall toast alone.
The term lifelong friends is a statement this group of brothers takes to heart.
We were such good friends, we figured we cannot let this go.
While in high school in 1976, the group of guys, 18 deep, made a pact with each other to be friends until there was one last man standing.
The last guy has access to a bottle that was purchased in 1976. It's 1976 cognac, and that person will open that and toast all of his last man brothers and the unbelievable friendships and love we've had over the years.
We've all written letters to the last man, so the last man's going to open the last letter and toast alone.
Over the last 5 decades, the boys have grown into men. And every Thanksgiving, members of the Last Man Society reunite to celebrate brotherhood and life.
My wife will tell you that our Thanksgiving is planned around the Last Man celebration. So it's a priority in
my year. Our families are all friends, and getting everybody together is a challenge, but we accomplished it.
The festivities include team-building exercises and their annual Turkey Bowl game. 50 years later, the group is still intact.
You know, we're well aware that all of us are closer to the crypt than we are the cradle. So it's escaped nobody's, notice that, yeah, we're going to start falling off. But, thank God we're all still alive. And what better time to celebrate than at Thanksgiving?
They know it'll be time to say goodbye to each other at some point until one of them is crowned the last man.
That'll be a challenge. That'll be a huge challenge. These are my friends for life, and it's hard to think about that.
And the Men of Last Man Society hope to inspire all of us to make promises with our friends to get together whenever possible, because they say one day we won't get that chance. And as you can imagine, guys, these guys just have fun. And at 8 a.m. this morning, they'll be playing their Turkey Bowl.
Oh my gosh, what a great pact.
Yeah, what a great tradition.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Thanks,
David. Let's talk about the weather with Shayla Jordan.
Yes, good morning. 8 a.m. you said it starts. It's going to be a nice one. It is definitely starting off on the cool side, though. So if you were heading out and about this morning, maybe you have a turkey trot, definitely layer up, have the long sleeves. Or maybe you're heading to LAX, a last-minute flight. It is 60 degrees. Mostly cloudy skies across Southern California. We are seeing a lot in way of that cloud cover. A little bit of wind, too. You can see down in Irvine, the flag just blowing in the wind there. Looking very festive this Thanksgiving. Temperatures for you also coming in on the cool side, even though it doesn't want to cooperate this Thanksgiving morning. Long Beach, you're not seeing as much in way of cloud cover, but notice temperatures for most of you are in the 50s. 54 out there in Riverside. Santa Ana coming in just a tad cooler. You're at 53. Lancaster holding on to the 30s this morning. You are at 36. And in Santa Monica already in the 60s. This afternoon, though, it is going to be warm. LA, Orange County, Valleys, IE, all just breaking into those low 80s. We will still have those high clouds lingering. Great example of our microclimate. So really take your pick. Mountains, high deserts in the 60s, beaches in the 70s, and then low deserts making it to the 80s. Enjoy these temperatures because we have quite the cool down coming our way. You saw some of those winds just a moment ago. We're still tracking some Santa Anas. I'll have it all in the full forecast. But for now, John, Rachel, I'll send it back to you too.
Okay, Shayla, thank you. Taking a look at traffic shouldn't, of course, be too bad today with the Thanksgiving holiday, but we do have an incident to tell you about in Upland. This is on the 210 westbound at Baseline Road, the right shoulder blocked due to a solo car crash. Tow has been requested, and we are not seeing any delays.
Well, finding love at first sight or first flight. A woman from LA makes a special connection at the airport.
But first, the holidays have begun at the Disneyland Resort, and ABC7 wants you to enjoy the magic of the season. Watch Eyewitness News at 6 a.m. all this week for your chance to win a family 4-pack of one-day, one-park tickets.
Go back!
Welcome back. New this morning, streets flooded in South LA. You can see cars driving through the water on Manchester near Vermont Avenue overnight. It looks like it could be a water main break. We'll try and update you as we learn more about this.
We have new details on that container ship that caught fire at the Port of Los Angeles. This is a live look from Air 7. That ship returned to the dock late last night. Crews will need to offload the cargo and waste. Even the water used to put out the fire needs to be removed and treated.
Yeah, the ship was moved about a mile from shore after the fire started on Friday. The Coast Guard says the flames were contained by Tuesday morning. Hazmat teams continue to monitor the air and water quality around the ship. Well, here's a look at some of our top stories this morning. Campbell says an executive has been fired after being caught on tape calling the soup company's products highly processed food for poor people. After a review of the recordings, Campbell's believes the voice belongs to Martin Bailey, who is a vice president. Campbell's also refuted the claim its soups are made with bioengineered meat.
Federal health officials say 37 infants have been hospitalized in a nationwide botulism outbreak linked to recalled baby formula. Cases have now spread to 17 states, including California.
Against the odds, arrived again.
And the Johnny Cash Trust is suing Coca-Cola, claiming an ad used a voice that sounded too much like Cash without permission. You can always stay up to date on the ABC7 Los Angeles app.
Pope Leo XIV is on his first foreign trip, traveling to Turkey and later Lebanon with messages of peace and unity. Pope Leo will meet with Turkey's president before heading to Istanbul. The second leg of his trip begins Sunday in Lebanon.
Well, airports are obviously meant for travel, but could they also be a sneaky place to meet your soulmate?
Just ask a woman from LA who found love while she was trying to find her flight. ABC's Sophie Flay has the story.
What if you turned your holiday travel delay into a date? That's how one matchmaker suggests making the most of your trip to the airport.
The airport is hands down the best place to pick up singles because no one expects you to pick them up at the airport.
And that turned out to be the case for one woman from LA.
I was very late to the airport, which is not a dating strategy that I recommend, but it worked for me.
TSA is set to screen 18 million flyers across the nation over the holiday period. And Olana DiGirolamo credits the kindness of one TSA agent who helped her skip the line to get to the gate on time, which is where she met her husband 12 years ago.
We started talking and I said, "Oh my God, did you miss your flight too?" And he was like, "No, I'm on my third cup of coffee." And it was the absolute opposite of my experience, which I also think had something to do with how we connected because it was the least likely thing you could imagine.
She says they talked the entire plane ride. And when their wedding planning got interrupted by family health issues, they decided to tie the knot the way they met by saying "I do" in the friendly skies. So instead of packing another nice outfit into your suitcase, matchmaking experts suggest wearing it to the airport instead and get there early. Not just because of the long lines, but because of who you could meet.
People have a lot of time on their hands. They're eating, they're listening to podcasts, they're reading the newspaper, magazines, etc. Go sit beside the person that you want to talk to, make eye contact and small talk. No one expects to be picked up, and people are way more open to conversations at airports than outside of airports.
Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
If someone's sitting too close to me, I'm going to put in my AirPods.
I was going to say, just don't stalk anybody out there.
Hello, how are you before we board our flight?
I'm fine.
Exactly.
Strange lady.
Exactly, but I'm glad it worked out for them. Maybe I should try it.
Yeah.
The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade just got underway in New York City.
Yeah, Disney revealed a brand new Buzz Lightyear balloon at this year's parade. Bluey is also there, along with Minnie Mouse, who's back for her second year in a row. In all, there will be 34 balloons, 28 floats, and 11 marching bands today.
And this is a live shot from the parade route above the parade, provided by EarthCam. It's a windy and cold morning for about 3 million people who are there. We're hearing there are wind gusts of up to 25 miles per hour with chills that feel below 35 degrees.
Oh, those poor New Yorkers suffering in the cold.
Wow.
Well, we're basking in beautiful sunshine.
Every day.
Every day this week, Shayla. It's been great.
It's days like this that
It was like
so
summer yesterday.
Happy we're in Southern California. I know. We get another day of that
Yeah.
today.
Yes.
It's going to be a little bit cooler, but I mean, it's still in the 70s,
Yeah.
so I don't really think we can call it cooler. Beautiful for your Thanksgiving. If you have family in town, I mean, it's just going to be a great example of Southern California showing off. We do have a cool start to the day, though, so hey, it's not below 35 degrees wind chill, but it is in the 60s. This is cool for us, all right? Make sure you have those layers handy. 63 degrees for you, clear skies, but Hollywood, seeing a little bit of wind. So we do have some really light Santa Anas in the mix. You can see the palm tree there just blowing in the wind this morning. Temperatures for you coming in 50 degrees. You can't tell from these sky cameras, but it's also a lot cloudier out there. Downtown Los Angeles, a great shot of the skyline, mid-50s for you. So have the layers, the jackets. Here's that cloud cover we were talking about, 38 for you in Wrightwood. Big Bear still in the 20s. You want a coat this morning. 59 out in Banning, and then moving toward the coast, we have quite a range in temperatures. 55 in Los Angeles, Redondo Beach in the 60s, and Long Beach, Huntington Beach, you're still holding on to the 40s. 48 to start off your Thanksgiving. Today, though, it is going to be beautiful out there, so temperatures are a little bit cooler than what we had yesterday. We've started a nice gradual cooling trend, but we're still above average across Southern California, so a little taste of summer out there. Your Thanksgiving, it'll be warm, it'll be mild, great if you have plans to maybe have that meal outside. The biggest difference from earlier in the week, though, is we do have some more cloud cover in the mix as a low pressure system starts to move through. So it'll be warm, but it'll be cloudy, and that takes us right through into the weekend. We have a nice gradual cooling trend. Overall, nice mild conditions. So if you have family in town for the weekend, definitely a great excuse to get outside. Today, though, looking ahead at your Thanksgiving, starting off in the 50s. So if you were heading to an early turkey trot, definitely have the layers handy, and then you can ditch them this afternoon. Upper 70s for you in San Bernardino, even 4 p.m. Maybe having that dinner outside, 74, and then cooling off to the 60s by 6 p.m. These really nice warm temperatures, thanks to that high pressure, it has just started to push east, and like I mentioned, giving way for some low pressure to bring some clouds into the area. But overall, other than that, 78 out there today. Tomorrow, that cooling trend starts, mid-70s for your Black Friday, and then that cooling trend takes us right into the weekend. 70 degrees for your Saturday. Sunday, look at this, coming in 67. So we had talked about a chance to see some showers this weekend. Models in agreement, that is not going to happen, but what you will notice Saturday and Sunday is your temperatures cool. It gets a little cloudier. 77 out there today in Thousand Oaks, Oxnard, 76. So LA, Orange County, 80 degrees for your Thanksgiving, cooling to the low 70s by Friday, and then returning to the 60s Saturday, Sunday. Next week, we do have a bit of a bump in temperatures, but not by much. Overall, just a really mild forecast taking us into the holiday. All right, valleys, Inland Empire, 81 out there today, cooling to the 70s for your Friday. Along the coast, 72. You will see some high clouds out there, cooling to the 60s for your Friday. Mountains, quite the drop in temperatures. 60s out there today, 50s for your Saturday, coming in Sunday at 48. And then finally our desert, 64, sunny skies. You bump up to the 70s for Friday, and then Palm Springs in the 80s. All right, with that, John, Rachel, I think we can take 80s over that wind chill we were talking about on the East Coast.
Anytime. All right, Shayla, thank you. We have an incident to tell you about in Los Angeles. This is on the 10 westbound at the 110 connector. The transition lanes were blocked due to a solo car crash. Tow has been requested, and there is a small delay in that area forming. Taking another look at our flyover downtown Los Angeles, the 110 interchange. We will have another look at traffic coming up in about 10 minutes.
Well, for 89 years, the Los Angeles Mission has been serving day before Thanksgiving meals on Skid Row, and organizers say the need is higher than ever.
I'm very thankful that I'm still alive at 67 years old, and I'm very grateful for the things that God has done for me within this last year. Brand new housing, affordable housing.
That's beautiful. This year, volunteers prepared nearly 2,500 hot meals, with another 7,500 distributed throughout the neighborhood. The organization is partnering with Hope Mission to meet growing demand as thousands lined up for a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. We'll be right back.
Anybody in the pattern?
Welcome back. We're following breaking news in South Los Angeles. Look at this. We told you about this minutes ago. Streets flooded in South LA. Cars are driving through the water on Manchester near Vermont Avenue overnight. We have confirmed it's a water main break. We will update you as soon as we learn more.
Yeah, I wonder how many people have lost water because of this, too. It's Thanksgiving. It's going to be a mess and a big cleanup. All new at 6, ranking Thanksgiving gatherings by state, what Californians are known for on this holiday, known for food and friends.
Thanksgiving is here, which means we can finally start celebrating Santa, the pop-up bar honoring the Queen of Christmas herself.
Now, Southern California's news leader, ABC-7 Eyewitness News.
Now at 6, the scents of turkey and stuffing are starting to fill homes across Southern California as millions mark Thanksgiving. From turkey trots to preps for the Super Bowl of shopping, there's plenty to do for the holiday.
And happy Thanksgiving from Westlake. We're live this morning inside one organization working hard to ensure no senior goes hungry.
And not too cold for us this Thanksgiving. Beautiful. A live look outside right now as we get ready for a day filled with perfect holiday weather, and that's a gorgeous sunrise,
Yeah, it sure
too.
is.
Good Thursday morning to you. Happy Thanksgiving. Time is 6 a.m. I'm Rachel Brown with John Gregory. Tony is off.
Leslie Lopez also off, but Shayla Girardin's here. You could have Thanksgiving dinner outside today. It's just perfect.
It's so true, and all the cloud cover making for just a really beautiful start to the morning. But it's definitely one of those Thanksgivings where it's nice to be in Southern California. We can all be thankful for this beautiful weather. All right, LAX right now, just starting to see the sun coming through the clouds a bit. Really nice conditions for you. It is cool though, 59 degrees out there to start your Thanksgiving. So if you have maybe an early morning turkey trot, have the layers, the long sleeves, the jacket. Long Beach, those high clouds really showing off. 56 degrees for you. So we are seeing quite a bit of cloud cover out there to start your morning. We have a low pressure system that's just moving on through, bringing us those cloudy skies. Big Bear, you're at 23 degrees to start off the day. 47 out there in Hemet, and then Los Angeles coming in 54 for your Thursday. All right, temperatures today. We are going to be a little bit cooler than what we had out there yesterday, but overall still above average. So LA, Orange County, upper 70s, valleys, Inland Empire just breaking into the 80s. You'll notice even though our temperatures are warm, we still hold on to that cloud cover throughout the day. So expect to see a mix of sun and clouds. Beaches in the low 70s. Great example of our microclimates. Mountains coming in the 60s and high desert 66 degrees. We have cloudy skies. We also have quite the cool down heading into the weekend, and then some Santa Ana winds are still in the mix. I'll break it all down in the full forecast, but for now, John and Rachel, I'll send it back your way.
Okay, Shayla, thanks. While many of us will be surrounded by family and friends this Thanksgiving, that's not the case for everyone.
Now, one local organization wants to make sure no seniors feel alone or hungry for the holiday.
Yeah, Eyewitness News reporter Madison Weil live in Westlake, where volunteers are ready to serve up meals and some smiles, too. Madison.
John, Rachel, hey, good morning from St. Vincent Meals on Wheels. We're inside their Westlake kitchen. The hairnet's on. That's how you know that we mean business today. It smells so delicious in here. They're about to package 2,500 to 3,000 meals to seniors in need who otherwise wouldn't be able to celebrate the holiday with family and friends. So we're with Veronica this morning, the executive director. Just tell us about this amazing operation that we've been watching all morning.
Oh, so this is one of the best days of the year for us. So we're able to be there for our homebound seniors here in Los Angeles and provide them with a beautiful Thanksgiving meal, just like we'll be able to sit down with family and friends and enjoy later today. And our seniors, most of them aren't able to do that, so we're able to take Thanksgiving to them. So it's our mission to deliver food and love, and that's so present on Thanksgiving. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, we're so happy to be here. And these meals look and smell delicious already. We know the first ones are going to be going out soon. Talk to us about that moment when you guys knock on the door and you show up with a hot meal and you get to sit down for a second and have a conversation with these seniors.
So many of these seniors, the only contact they have is with that person who delivers their meal. And it's so important to them because they're more than just hungry, they're lonely. And so we really are that human connection to them and providing them with food, providing them with love, letting them know that the community cares about them. It's what we do, and we love to do that. It's a blessing to be able to do that for them.
And also the volunteers here. We've been here since 3:30 in the morning, so they've also been out here. Just talk to us about what it takes to actually make this happen.
It's amazing. It takes so many people to bring this together. So the preparation didn't just start this morning. The preparation started, weeks ago, and then it started earlier this week. But we've had the benefit of seeing all kinds of people come in to volunteer. Mothers and children, kids who are off school this week had a chance to come in with their parents and put together things, prep for us. It's just been amazing.
Well, thank you so much, Veronica, for joining us. And this is a year-round operation. This is great what we're seeing today, but this happens year-round. So as always, they're looking for volunteers, donations. You can always get involved by checking their social media. For now, we're live in Westlake. Madison Weil, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Madison, thank you. Happening now, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade's underway in New York City. And Disney brought a brand new Buzz Lightyear balloon to the parade. Bluey is also there, and Minnie Mouse is also back for the second year. In all, there will be 34 balloons, 28 floats, and 11 marching bands. And we have a live look. It's a little windy and cold this morning for the 3 million people lined up along that 2-mile parade route.
And if you forgot to get something for your Thanksgiving dinner, some stores are open to help you grab those last-minute essentials.
Yeah, Ralph's, Whole Foods, CVS, and Starbucks, they're all open. And if you accidentally burn your dinner, Denny's, IHOP, and McDonald's are ready to step in. Hours, though, could vary, so check your location before you go.
Taking a look at traffic, we have an incident to tell you about in Los Angeles. This is on the 10 westbound at the 110 connector. Transition lanes are blocked because of a solo car crash. Tow has arrived on scene and there is a small delay. Next, we want to take a look at traffic from our Caltrans camera. This is a live look at the 10 westbound at Atlantic Boulevard in Alhambra. And as expected, not too many people out on the roads this morning. Should be nice, but just be careful.
Yeah, sadly, at least 4 people have been killed in 3 separate local freeway crashes since the CHP launched its enforcement period at 6 last night. And this morning, we're waiting to learn more about a fiery wreck in Reseda. The hit-and-run crash happened overnight around 10:15 at Tampa Avenue and Sherman Way. 3 cars were involved. One of those cars burst into flames.
I just heard like a big bang. I came running out and like it was a car like in flames. I went close, but like it was like started like blowing up, and I went back.
Police say the driver of the burning vehicle ran away, leaving behind 2 intoxicated passengers. LAPD is now reviewing nearby cameras to track down that missing driver and determine whether DUI played a role.
We've just learned the man suspected of shooting 2 National Guard members in Washington, D.C. is an Afghan national who worked with the CIA prior to 2021. That's according to the CIA. This news comes as we're expecting to learn more details this morning about that shooting. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the latest from our nation's capital.
This morning, 2 National Guard members are in critical condition after they were shot while on duty just blocks from the White House. Authorities say the suspect, identified as 29-year-old Ramanullah Lakhanwal, allegedly tracked the guardsmen before opening fire. ABC photographer Chris Plater was nearby and heard the gunshots.
One National Guard was lying on his side. Then I looked at the other National Guard member that was down, and I saw compressions going on.
There was countless personnel around him, and they put him in a truck, and a minute later they were gone.
The gunshots erupting Wednesday afternoon near the Farragut West Metro Station, where the National Guardsman was on patrol.
The reason that this suspect is in custody is because of the bravery of the men and women of the National Guard who responded due to their extensive training to secure American lives today.
Some 2,000 members of the National Guard have been on deployment in Washington, D.C. under President Trump's crackdown on violent crime. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says he will follow the president's request to have the Army Secretary order an additional 500 troops into the nation's capital. Now, the FBI is investigating the shooting as a potential act of international terrorism, trying to determine if it was inspired by an international terror group. Sources say Lakhanwal entered the U.S. in 2021 during the Biden administration. He was then granted asylum earlier this year under the Trump administration. CIA Director John Ratcliffe told Fox News that the suspect previously worked with the CIA and U.S. forces in Afghanistan. And the Trump administration has now suspended all immigration requests relating to Afghan nationals, pending further review of security and vetting protocols. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
As we continue to learn more about the gunman and the injured guardsmen, stay with Eyewitness News. You can find the latest on the shooting in Washington, D.C. and how the Trump administration is responding on our website, abc7.com.
Time now 6:09. It didn't rain overnight, but in South L.A. it sure looks like it. A Y1 intersection is completely flooded this morning.
Plus, before you eat, lace up the sneaks. A live look from Pacific Palisades, where one of many holiday races is taking place this morning.
And happy Thanksgiving. All right, if you're heading out the door, it does not feel like a warm day just yet. We're still on the cool side, but this afternoon, really nice conditions. LA, Orange County, even our valleys, making it to the low 80s today. Something for everyone. Mountains, high deserts, both in the 60s, beaches in the 70s, and low deserts in the 80s. A beautiful Thanksgiving, but we do have quite the cool down on the way. I'll break it all down in your full forecast.
But first, this week, we're giving you a chance to win a family 4-pack of one-day, one-park tickets to the Disneyland Resort. Today's winners are Dave Benner of Mission Viejo, Michelle Arnold of Rialto, and Ellen St. Peter of Irvine. Congratulations, everybody, and you still have more chances to win, too. All you need is the secret code, and we'll reveal that in our next half hour.
It is Thanksgiving Day, and we're tracking several events you can take part in before or after you eat. Here's your 6 stops at 6.
And this morning, we're taking you to Lincoln Heights, downtown L.A., Pacific Palisades, North Hollywood, Santa Monica, and Commerce. And we begin with one of our many community dinners. In Lincoln Heights, celebrities and hundreds of volunteers will prepare and deliver more than 3,000 turkey dinners to seriously ill clients across L.A. County. This year's effort is meant to help those still recovering after SNAP benefits were delayed.
In downtown L.A., more than 250 veterans and local families will sit down for a free Thanksgiving meal at the Novo near L.A. Live. The event is part of AEG's Season of Giving.
A live look from Pacific Palisades. In just a few hours, the 11th annual Pacific Palisades Turkey Trot kicks off at Palisades Charter High School. The official start time is 8:15.
A live look from North Hollywood, where another Thanksgiving race will begin later this morning. Quiet right now. The 10th annual Drumstick Dash serves as a fundraiser for Hope the Mission to provide food and shelter to people in need. The race begins at 8:30 this morning.
And a live look at the Ferris wheel in Santa Monica. Tonight is your final night to see the Turkey Light Show, known as the Feast on a Ferris Wheel. The light show lasts from sunset to midnight.
And in Commerce, the Citadel outlets will welcome Black Friday shoppers at 8 p.m. Many retailers plan to stay open for 27 hours straight. That's your 6 stops at 6.
We've got some traffic issues to talk about, too. The 110 northbound at the 51st Street, all lanes stopped due to a multi-car crash. One of those cars is overturned in the lanes. 2 cars went down the embankment. Crews are on the scene working to get all this cleared up, and there is starting to be a delay now, so keep it in mind if you're traveling that way. And we want to go to Air 7 for a view over this big mess happening in downtown Los Angeles. A big water main break, it looks like. The streets flooded. Look at that. You can see the water just gushing out of the ground there. So this is causing big problems on the roads there, and it's something to be aware of, and stay out of that water if you can.
Good morning. All right, that looked like a mess out there, but much less messy picture. Taking a live look from Malibu this morning. Really beautiful shot. We have some clouds moving through the area, some low pressure through the region, and what that means for us is a really beautiful start to the day. We are going to see quite a bit of cloud cover, though, for your Thanksgiving. 60 degrees for you in Malibu, and starting off nice and cool. A great shot of the Angeles National Forest. You can just start to see the sun coming up out there, making for a really pretty sunrise thanks to that cloud cover. 46 for you out there in Wrightwood. All right, for your Thanksgiving, it does not get much better than this. It is going to be a little bit cooler out there than what we saw yesterday, but overall, we're still above average. So expect to see warm conditions, clouds stick around like you just saw a moment ago, so a mix of sun and clouds out there. And as we head into the weekend, a nice cooling trend comes in. So for your Black Friday, it will be a little bit cooler, but it's a gradual cool down, nice conditions. And then heading into your Saturday and Sunday, we get back to that pattern we're so good at of the morning clouds, afternoon sunshine. So if you have family or friends in town for the holiday, it's the great weekend to be outside. Speaking of getting outside, for your Thanksgiving, it doesn't get much better than this. San Bernardino, starting off in the 50s. So if you're heading out for a turkey trot or just to be out and about, definitely have the layers handy, but you will not need them this afternoon. In the 70s by noon, temperatures for you today will just break into those low 80s. So if you're planning to have that Thanksgiving meal outside, it's a great day to do so. 74 at 4 p.m. and even at 6 p.m. you are still holding on to the 60s. Right now, that high pressure we've been talking about, it has started to push east, but you'll notice all these tightly packed pressure gradients right here. That means winds from the northeast. So we are still dealing with some really mild Santa Ana winds. No wind advisories in place, but it will be a bit breezy out there. We also have this low pressure system bringing in all this cloud cover, making for that really beautiful sunrise you just saw moments ago. That high pressure, though, it does not stick with us. It continues to push on out, which means our temperatures dip. Tomorrow coming in the mid 70s, heading into Saturday, Sunday, our temperatures continue to cool. We do notice quite a drop in temperatures on our Sunday. I know we've been talking about that chance for rain all week. Models in agreement. We are not going to see showers, but what we will feel are much cooler conditions, only making it to the 60s on Sunday. Today, though, enjoy this nice warm weather. Los Angeles, 80 degrees out there. Glendale, Pasadena, upper 70s, low 80s for you. Lancaster, Palmdale in the 60s, and Oxnard coming in 76 degrees. LA, Orange County, 80 degrees for your Thursday, cooling to the 70s for your Friday. Here's that cool down we were talking about. Upper 60s Saturday, mid 60s on Sunday, cloudy skies. And then we get a little bit of a bump in temperatures as we head into next weekend, but it's going to be really mild overall, feeling like fall out there. Valleys, Inland Empire, 81 for your Thanksgiving, mid 70s for your Friday, and then cooling to the 60s on Sunday. All right, beaches along the coast. If you are celebrating your Thanksgiving, it is going to be really nice. Just keep in mind a little more cloud cover than you're used to. Low 70s out there today, cooling to the 60s for your Friday, and holding on to those 60s right through the weekend. Our mountains, high clouds do stick around today, and you have quite the drop in temperatures. So 60s today, Black Friday as well, only warming to the 50s on Saturday, and then 40s for your Sunday. Overnight lows back in the 20s. Finally, our desert, 64, sunny skies. You do bump up briefly to the 70s. It's quick, though, only for your Friday. And then overnight lows in the 30s. Palm Springs, rounding out the work week in the 80s, coming in 70s as you head into the weekend. All right, before you go, here's a look at today's high temperatures brought to you by Zootopia 2, now in theaters.
Flash, 100-yard dash. Need to get across town, ignore the laws.
No problem.
Zootopia 2 is an absolute blast.
It is the vibe.
And just as fun as the original.
Pops and Wild. We are the dream team. Sorry, Paul.
It's a hilarious feel-good family adventure.
Toot toot.
An outstanding sequel that's well worth the wait. Disney Zootopia 2, rated PG, now playing only in theaters.
Another attempt right here as they make a turn onto Garden Grove, and it looks like this is going to end right here. Passengers are getting out, the back seat, the driver is on the run now. That driver is going to be taken down first, and 2 others are on the run.
Air 7 captured this wild end to a high-speed chase through the San Fernando Valley. It took CHP 2 pit maneuvers to get that car to stop. Then 3 people inside made a run for it, sprinting down Garden Grove Avenue in Tarzana. Officers chased them down and took them all into custody. They say they were trying to pull over the driver for speeding and running red lights.
A Los Angeles County grand jury is now hearing evidence related to the case of the teen girl who was found dead in a singer's car. This is according to a new article published by the LA Times.
Police say Celeste Rivas Hernandez's body was found decomposing in David's Tesla. Sources have told Eyewitness News he is now considered a suspect. The Times reports this investigative grand jury was convened earlier this month. These panels can subpoena witnesses, present evidence, and recommend charges, but cannot indict anyone. It comes as records in the case are sealed to protect the investigation. Campbell's has fired an executive accused of criticizing the company's products and its customers on tape.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's not healthy. Now that I know what the in it, I can eat bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
Campbell says the voice in that recording belongs to the Vice President of Information Security, Martin Bally. The audio is part of a lawsuit filed by a cybersecurity analyst for Campbell's. The analyst claims he was fired after reporting these remarks, which he says also included racist remarks about employees. Campbell says the comments about its food are inaccurate and do not reflect the company's values.
Well, you made it to Thanksgiving, but when should you get ready to head back home? We're breaking down the worst times to hit the road after the holiday.
My wife will tell you that our Thanksgiving is planned around the last man celebration, so it's a priority in my year.
The true definition of friends until the end. All new at 6:30, why Thanksgiving has an extra special meaning for one group of guys.
And happy Thanksgiving. If you're heading out the door, maybe to a turkey trot this morning, temperature is nice and cool. Start off with the layers, 60 degrees out in Anaheim. But look at this, upper 70s this afternoon. It will be a warm one, but enjoy it. Much cooler conditions on the way. I'll break it all down coming up in your full forecast.
Now, Southern California's news leader, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Now at 6:30, some families sleep in, others run a race the morning of Thanksgiving. We have a live look from Pacific Palisades as the city counts down to the start of the 11th annual Turkey Trot.
What better way to celebrate the Queen of Christmas than a new holiday tradition? All new at 6:30, Tony shows us what's new in West Hollywood.
And how about having Thanksgiving dinner outside? The weather is perfect for it. A live look at your Thanksgiving sunrise, thanks to Air 7. And good morning, everybody. It's 6:30. I'm John Gregory with Rachel Brown. Tony's off.
And Shayla's in for Leslie Lopez, and it should be a gorgeous holiday today, right?
It is going to be so nice out there. I mean, you saw that shot just moments ago. We're starting off with a really beautiful start to your Thanksgiving. It is a little chilly, though, so definitely grab the layers. This is Malibu this morning. You'll notice it's a little bit cloudier out there, too. We've got a low-pressure system that is moving on through the region and bringing us some high clouds, but also making for a really beautiful shot to start off your morning. 60 degrees out there for you in Malibu, so bundle up. Have the layers, the jackets, the sweater. You can ditch it by this afternoon, but you'll definitely want the long sleeves to start the morning. A great shot over Keller Peak out there. You can see all those high clouds. So quite a bit of cloud cover in the mix. Beaumont, you're at 58. Hemet coming in 47. It is also nice and cool to start off our Thanksgiving. 56 out in Van Nuys, and then moving toward the coast, we're seeing a mix of 50s and 60s. 61 out in Santa Monica, upper 50s in Redondo Beach, but Long Beach still holding on to the 40s this morning. You're at 48. All right, temperatures today. It is going to be a little bit cooler than what we had out there yesterday, but we are still well above average. LA, Orange County making it to the upper 70s. Valleys, Inland Empire, 80 degrees for you. Those high clouds we just saw, those will be sticking around as we head into the afternoon. Beaches, mid 70s. Our mountains only warming to the 60s. And then high deserts, mid 60s as well. So if you have plans to have that Thanksgiving dinner outside, you'll notice 4 p.m. It's still really nice. Definitely do so. Enjoy this nice weather. We have cooler conditions on the way. We're also talking about some Santa Ana winds. I'll break it all down to the full forecast. But for now, John, Rachel, I'll send it back to you two.
Okay, Shayla, sounds good. Happening today, Pacific Palisades is holding its 11th annual Turkey Trot, and this is a live look. They are still setting things up as they prepare to take off a little later this morning. It's the first community-wide event since the January wildfires. The trot kicks off this morning at Palisades Charter High School. The official start time, 8:15.
Also happening, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and these are live pictures from New York City. 34 balloons are floating down the 2-mile parade route. There are also 28 floats, 33 clown crews, and 11 marching bands.
Gathering with those that you love is a big part of the Thanksgiving holiday, and one group of friends is determined to keep that tradition going until the last man stands.
Yeah, Eyewitness News reporter David Gonzalez joins us live in studio to explain this unique pact. David.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's such an amazing story. In those 50 years, this group of 18 guys has moved all over the country, gotten married, and even a couple of them joined the military. But their vow to get together every single Thanksgiving continues until the last man can cheers to them all.
Each year, we'll toast the friendships that we have shared until the last man.
And he shall toast alone. The term lifelong friends is a statement this group of brothers takes to heart.
We were such good friends, we figured we cannot let this go.
While in high school in 1976, the group of guys, 18 deep, made a pact with each other to be friends until there was one last man standing.
The last guy has access to a bottle that was purchased in 1976. It's 1976 cognac, and that person will open that and toast all of his last man brothers and the unbelievable friendships and love we've had over the years. We've all written letters to the last man, so the last man's going to open the last letter and toast alone.
Over the last 5 decades, the boys have grown into men. And every Thanksgiving, members of the Last Man Society reunite to celebrate brotherhood and life.
My wife will tell you that our Thanksgiving is planned around the last man celebration. So it's a priority in my year.
Our families are all friends, and getting everybody together is a challenge, but we accomplished it.
The festivities include team-building exercises and their annual Turkey Bowl game. 50 years later, the group is still intact.
You know, we're well aware that all of us are closer to the crypt than we are the cradle. So it's escaped nobody's, notice that, yeah, we're going to start falling off. But, thank God we're all still alive. And what better time to celebrate than at Thanksgiving?
They know it'll be time to say goodbye to each other at some point until one of them is crowned the last man.
That'll be a challenge. That'll be a huge challenge. These are my friends for life, and it's hard to think about that.
And the men of Last Man Society hope to inspire us all with promises with our friends that we will all get together whenever possible, because they say one day we won't get that chance.
Yeah, it's bittersweet, but it's a great story.
They love each other.
My favorite story of the morning.
Yeah.
They were playing football at 8 a.m.
Man,
wow.
I want to be out there with them.
I know. All right,
Thanks,
David, thank you.
That's great.
New at 6:30, some fun Thanksgiving stats from across the country. Washington, D.C. apparently has some of the fastest eaters. That's according to the family safety and location sharing app Life 360. It also found people in Maine eat earlier than any other state, around 1 p.m. And a sign that chosen family celebrations are thriving locally. California is one of the top Friendsgiving hotspots in the country, with one of the highest Friends-only gatherings. I went to a Friendsgiving over the weekend.
Yeah, it's a great thing to do. The roads seem normal right now, but the biggest challenge will come Sunday.
That's one of the busiest times of the holiday period as people make their way home. The best time to leave on Sunday is before 11 a.m. or after 8 p.m. On Monday, leave before noon or after 8 p.m. Meantime, there have already been at least 3 deadly crashes on our local freeways since CHP's Thanksgiving enforcement period started last night. More officers will be on patrol looking for drunk, distracted, and otherwise unsafe drivers through Sunday night.
And speaking of traffic, we do have some issues out there. The 110 northbound at 51st Street, all lanes stopped due to a multi-car crash. One of those cars is overturned in lanes. 2 cars went down an embankment. Crews are now working to get all of this cleared up, but there is a delay starting to build. You can see that red on the screen there. And taking a look at traffic from our Caltrans cameras, this is the live look at the 5 southbound at Beach Boulevard in Buena Park. And you can see traffic's pretty light, everybody getting where they need to go. But boy, we are still seeing here and there some occasional accidents. So be careful out there.
Shot blocks away from the White House are still in critical condition this morning. The Guards members identified as 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom and 24-year-old Andrew Wolf underwent surgery overnight. The suspect has been identified as 29-year-old Ramanullah Lakhanwal. Authorities say he's an Afghan national who worked with the CIA prior to 2021 and came to the United States seeking asylum. It's believed that he drove from Washington State to Washington, D.C. to carry out what authorities believe was a targeted attack. Right now, he faces multiple assault and gun-related charges. President Trump now calling for a review of all Afghan refugees who came to the U.S. under the Biden administration. All immigration requests from Afghan nationals have also been put on hold pending a further review.
We have some new details on that container ship that caught fire at the Port of Los Angeles. Video shows it returning to the dock late last night. It was moved about a mile from shore after the fire started on Friday. The Coast Guard says the flames were contained by Tuesday morning. Here's a live look now from Air 7. Crews will need to offload the cargo and the waste. Even the water used to put out that fire needs to be removed and then treated. Hazmat teams continue to monitor air and water quality around the ship.
And good morning. We are starting off with just a beautiful Thanksgiving. Burbank right now, you can see those high clouds off in the mix. So we do have more cloud cover, but it's making for a really beautiful sunrise, 54 degrees for you. Those are high clouds, so you might not notice as much of those cloudy conditions depending on where you are. Downtown Los Angeles still staying clear skies, but temperatures for you coming in the low 60s. And then Long Beach really just showing off with the sunrise this morning. So we are on the cool side, have the layers, the long sleeves to start the day. Lancaster, you're at 37 out there. Burbank, Riverside, all in the low 50s to start your morning. Santa Monica, though, you're a little bit warmer, low 60s out there to start off your Thanksgiving. Temperatures this afternoon, though, it's still going to be warm. We are above average across Southern California. You'll notice we hold on to the cloud cover, but the temperatures stay nice and toasty out there. LA, Orange County, even our valleys, all making it to the low 80s. So if you want to do that Thanksgiving meal outdoors, you definitely can. High deserts, mountains in the 60s, beaches in the 70s. So truly something for everyone. And then low deserts in the 80s. All right, a really nice cool down on the way. We're also talking about some wind still in the mix. I'll break it all down in your full forecast. But John, Rachel, for now, I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Shayla. Making magic this holiday season, your chance to win tickets to the Disneyland Resort in just minutes.
Plus, it's a debate that shook up our newsroom. Who's the real star of Thanksgiving dinner? the turkey or the ham? We'll get to it next.
But first, our 33rd annual Spark of Love toy drive is underway, and you can drop off new unwrapped toys and sports gear at any SoCal fire station or your local Subaru retailer. You can also scan the QR code to make a donation right now or text SPARK to 24365.
If you'd like to mail a check, make it payable to the Los Angeles Fire Foundation. Send it to 1700 Stadium Way, number 100. That's Los Angeles, California, 90012. Your donations will make a huge difference for children in need all across Southern California.
Heroes give here. For every new toy dropped off at a local Subaru retailer during their Share the Love event, Subaru will make a donation to ABC-7's Spark of Love.
New details now as the Burbank Police Department mourns the loss of a K-9 officer, Spike, who was killed in the line of duty over the weekend. A T-shirt and plushie created in Spike's memory sold out in less than 24 hours. All the proceeds benefit the Burbank Police Foundation, and police say demand for more merchandise is still high. Meantime, a memorial for Spike continues to grow outside the Burbank Police Station. The department has yet to announce plans for a public memorial service.
A person is in custody in connection to that disturbing case of animal abuse caught on camera in Anaheim. A warning, the video is hard to watch.
Yet Tyler Thompson was arrested and charged with felony animal cruelty. Surveillance video from earlier this month shows a dog in a plastic bag being thrown over the fence at University Veterinary Center. Staff there say the dog was seriously injured, malnourished, and covered in fleas.
Rescuers have pulled a survivor from the massive fire that spread to multiple high-rise apartment buildings in Hong Kong. 65 people have been confirmed dead, 200 people still missing. Investigators say the complex was under renovations and encased in bamboo scaffolding and safety netting. 3 men who worked for a construction company have been arrested. Pope Leo XIV is on his first foreign trip, traveling to Turkey and later Lebanon with messages of peace and unity. Pope Leo will meet with Turkey's president in Ankara before heading to Istanbul. The second leg of his trip begins Sunday in Lebanon. The holiday season is in full swing, and people are getting into the spirit with the help of the Queen of Christmas herself. Yeah, in this morning's Tony in Your Town, Tony takes us to West Hollywood, where Mariah Carey fans are singing her tunes at a holiday pop-up bar.
Okay, so we're at the Sky Bar, the Mondrian Hotel, smack dab in the middle of West Hollywood.
Derek Barry from Bucket Listers is showing us a Christmas pop-up bar like no other, approved by the Queen of Christmas herself, Mariah Carey.
This one's official. She's not letting us do things she doesn't approve, and her team has ideas. Her team says, what if you name the cocktail this, right? And so there's that authenticity to it, and it is co-signed by her.
During the day, it's a holiday brunch under the sun. At night, a winter wonderland under the lights. Is this a photo op?
Yep, so I got my phone, and this is like a true Hollywood Christmas bar. It's twinkly, it's amazing, but like the music's there, the glam is there, right? We want people to come, have fun, be cute.
Plus the picture-perfect cocktails.
I'm guessing Make My Wish Come True is the #1 drink?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And it's got just like this cute presentation. I feel like that thing's gonna be all over.
It's designed for locals and visitors alike who love pairing a Hollywood Christmas with a Hollywood legend.
And paying tribute to her, you talked about this wall, the award wall, my gosh.
It's absolutely insane. We love paying tribute, and who better to really help tell the story and really show how legendary Mariah is.
Get tickets at bucketlisters.com. In West Hollywood, I'm Tony Cabrera, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Tony and Mariah getting us into the holiday spirit.
They sure are.
It looks like fun. If you know of someone or something inspiring, innovating, or new in a city, neighborhood, or town, share it with us. Just scan the QR code on your screen or head to abc7.com/community to submit your story. And then watch Tony in Your Town every Thursday here on Eyewitness News at 6.
Well, the rush is on to get all those last-minute items for Thanksgiving dinner. And as usual, Honey Baked Ham is seeing some long lines as people pick up their orders. This is what it looked like in Northridge yesterday afternoon.
And while the lines can get long for those honey baked hams, who who's the real star of Thanksgiving dinner?
Yeah, our newsroom ignited into a fierce debate over this topic. Some, of course, say it's the turkey. Some say it's that honey-baked ham. Others, though, like Rachel, say neither.
It's the macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, that's a good one. I
And
like stuffing. I hate
that's
the stuffing.
really good, too. I will always choose, though, ham over turkey.
Interesting.
Turkey is just, in my ear, our producer and directors are saying wrong.
You need a little turkey on the plate. You have to have some.
Yeah, but I don't know, Shayla. What do you think?
I want all the side items. I could do without the ham or the turkey, but I want the sweet potatoes, the cranberry sauce, the mashed potatoes, the
rolls.
Mac and cheese sounds really good now that you mentioned it.
I just want all of it. Is that so bad? Well, hopefully you get to have all those sides today. And if you're planning to eat that dinner outside, it is the perfect day to do so. LAX right now, really beautiful shot. We have some high clouds making for a really pretty sunrise. Temperatures for you, though, nice and cool, 59 degrees. So it's definitely a morning. Have the jacket, have the layers. Malibu, you can also see those high clouds making for a really pretty start to your Thanksgiving. 64 degrees for you to start the day. So if you are planning to have that Thanksgiving meal outside, definitely do so. It is just going to be beautiful out there. A little bit cooler than what we had out there yesterday, but overall, we're still above average. It'll be nice and warm. We are going to see, though, those clouds sticking around, so a little bit cloudier than what we had earlier in the week. This cooling trend that we've started, it's gradual, but it takes us right on into the weekend. So if you have family in town for the holiday, this is going to be a great weekend to get outside, enjoy these really nice conditions. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds out there, but overall, this is a hard Thanksgiving forecast to beat. All right, San Bernardino out there today. So you're starting off nice and cool in the 60s. If you're planning to a turkey trot, maybe dark and early this morning, just layer up, have the long sleeves. It's going to be cool out there in the 70s by noon. And then again, if you plan to be outdoors, maybe having that Thanksgiving dinner or at least dessert, 70s at 4 p.m., cooling down to the 60s, a lot more cloud cover in the mix, but really nice conditions. We still have that high pressure that bumped up our temperatures so much yesterday. It started to push east, so not going to be as warm today, but you'll notice all these tightly packed isobars right here. That's why we still have some Santa Ana winds out of the northeast. They're light, though, so no advisories. Just don't be surprised. It'll be a little bit breezy out there. We've also got this low pressure system bringing in all this cloud cover that's making for those really beautiful shots you saw just a moment ago, that nice sunrise in between the clouds. So as that high pressure continues to push out, it means our temperatures gradually cool. Mid-70s heading into your Friday. Saturday, our conditions are continuing to cool. Even more cloud cover in the mix. And by Sunday, we were talking about a chance for some really light showers. Now, the models are in agreement. We are not going to see those shower chances, but what we are going to see are some much cooler conditions, only warming to the 60s for your Sunday. All right, temperatures out there today. It is going to be really nice out there. 80s for you. Lake Elsinore, Riverside, Los Angeles coming in 80 degrees, Glendale, Pasadena, upper 70s, low 80s, and then Oxnard coming in 76. All right, LA, Orange County, 80 degrees today, cooling to the low 70s for your Friday, upper 60s on Saturday. So we do have a nice little cool down, only warming to the 60s. We're also going to see that pattern return that we're so good at of the morning clouds, afternoon sun, and then bumping up just a tad, upper 60s for your Monday and Tuesday. But I mean, overall, really nice conditions taking us into next week. Valleys, Inland Empire, 81 out there today, cooling to the mid 70s for your Friday, and then only warming to the 60s by Sunday. Along the coast, it is going to be beautiful out there. 72 degrees, sunny skies, those high clouds stick around, and then mid 60s for your Friday, staying in the 60s through next week. All right, our mountains, it is a little bit chillier out there. 60 degrees is that high, overnight lows in the 30s. You only make it to the 50s for Saturday, and then 40s on your Sunday, overnight lows in the 20s. Our deserts, a really nice Thanksgiving forecast, 64 out there today. You bump up to the 70s for one day only, that's Friday. And then Palm Springs, 80s for you through the weekend, cooling to the 70s both Saturday and Sunday. All right, with that, John, Rachel, I'll send it back to you two.
Okay, Shayla, thank you. Let's get another check of traffic. In Los Angeles, there's an incident on the 110 northbound at Vernon Avenue. All lanes are stopped because of a multi-car crash, and one of those cars is overturned in the lanes. 2 cars went down the embankment, and crews are working to get this cleared. There is a growing delay because of this, and just be careful out there on the roads today. And a live look from flooded streets in South LA this morning. Manchester Avenue is now closed from Hoover to Figueroa because of a water main break. The Department of Water and Power says more crews are heading there now to fix the 24-inch pipe. They say the issue is impacting apartment and commercial buildings, and it could take until 2 this afternoon. Finally, taking a look at our flyover downtown LA, the 110 interchange, things looking pretty good out there on your Thanksgiving holiday. Be safe.
Well, the people at the LA Mission serving up more than Thanksgiving meals for thousands of people living on Skid Row.
They got haircuts, clothing, and more importantly, a sense of community. Eyewitness News reporter Sid Garcia shows you how the special event brought the holiday spirit a day early.
For 89 years, the Los Angeles Mission has been serving the day before Thanksgiving meals to thousands of residents of Skid Row. Between the helpers in the kitchen and the dozens of volunteers, they will feed around 2,500 people, another 7,500 in the Skid Row area.
I'm glad that somehow I'm blessed with having somewhere to live, because I see what's happening out in the streets and it's not fun.
I'm very thankful that I'm still alive at 67 years old, and I'm very grateful for the things that God has done for me within this last year. Brand new housing, affordable housing.
The need is much greater this year. LA Mission and Hope Mission have joined forces to help with the growing need to feed the residents of Skid Row.
During our last census count, homeless census count, I want to say the number was around 75,000 plus. And so dealing with food insecurity here in LA County, high cost of rent, people just can't afford to eat.
There were familiar faces serving the thousands of people, from actors to LA Mayor Karen Bass telling us this was an opportunity to check on the unhoused in the city.
We need to deal with the people who are living on our streets. In the nation's second largest city, no one should be sleeping on the streets. And so an opportunity to see the people, to talk to the people, to find out how they are is very important to me.
I'm not really a celebrity. I don't lead with that. But just as a human and being compassionate is what I want to show my kids, and hopefully they'll pay that forward.
The LA Mission and Hope Mission rely on private donations, your generosity to keep folks fed and to keep their services going. Go to their websites, find out how you can help. Reporting from Skid Row, I'm Sid Garcia, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Winterfest OC is kicking off the holiday season by giving back. The festival will donate half of all Winterfest Give Back Snow Pass tickets sold this opening weekend to the South County Food Pantry. Tickets cost around $25, with ice skating and carnival rides offered for an additional cost. Tune in tomorrow on Eyewitness News at 4 a.m., where we'll be there live to show you around.
The most popular ice rink in the city is reopening tomorrow. The LA Kings Holiday Ice returns to downtown LA. You can also get discounts at any LA Live restaurant. All you have to do is show your skate receipt. The LA Kings Holiday Ice will be open daily through January 10th.
Well, all week long, we're giving you a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets, one-day, one-park tickets to the Disneyland Resort, and all you need is that secret code.
And today's code is mistletoe. Watch Eyewitness News at 6 a.m. tomorrow to see if you've won, and for our next code, good luck. We'll have today's 7 on 7 after the break.
Here's today's 7 on 7. An Afghan national is in custody, accused of shooting 2 National Guard members near the White House. This morning, Attorney General Pam Bondi is declining to comment on the Guard member's condition, current condition.
3 men have been charged in the murder of rising Latina singer De La Rosa. Prosecutors say the suspect shot Maria De La Rosa Saturday during an attempted robbery.
Police say the man accused of killing Burbank Canine Spike was a documented gang member.
New video from overnight shows the container ship that caught fire at the Port of LA returning to the dock. It was moved about a mile from shore after that fire started on Friday.
A water main break flooding streets in South LA this morning. Crews expect to have it fixed by 2 this afternoon.
St. Vincent Meals on Wheels is preparing to serve 3,000 Thanksgiving meals to homebound seniors today.
And before the Thanksgiving feast, several turkey trots are happening across Southern California, including in the Pacific Palisades, downtown LA, and also the Rose Bowl. And that's your 7 on 7.
If you're watching us here on Channel 7, Good Morning America is next with Lindsay, Rebecca, and Whit.
And if you're heading out the door, remember Eyewitness News is with you on the go. Eyewitness News, we'll be back at 11 a.m. I think today, right?
Happy Thanksgiving.